Hi, this is John D'Alessandro, and here we are at Upper St. Clair Country Club for the Prom 1999. Upper St. Clair has a lot to be thankful for this year. Foremost and most important is we've had a very, very safe year this year, and we're glad of that. Number two, we have 10 valedictorians in this class. We have state champions at Upper St. Clair on our sports teams. And we have a new building we're going to move into next year. But this is the finish of this year, so stay tuned. All right, we have our first group here tonight at the prom, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and then we'll start some questions. And your name?
James Restivo.
Elizabeth Bartlesman.
Lauren Purnell.
John Claiborne.
Beth Friday.
Wyndon St. Clair.
Patsy Scheib.
Chris Shepard.
Kristen Keeley.
DJ Fiddler.
Good. We got them all in, Will? Very good. All right, let's start with you, Mr. Restivo. Wait a minute. Something's wrong here. What happened to your boutonniere tonight?
Lauren Purnell.
That was a funny question? I didn't know.
Lauren Purnell decided to throw it out the window because she was mad at Elizabeth for some reason for flushing her goldfish last year. So it's on 19 somewhere now.
Well, now, wait a minute. I have a question. If she's mad at Elizabeth, why is she taking out on you?
Because Elizabeth gave me the boutonniere, so she was trying to get back at her.
No. We all know you're a vindictive person. Don't worry about it.
Very vindictive.
Elizabeth, a lot of honors this year, right? Homecoming queen?
Homecoming court.
Oh, homecoming court. You were, what else? I know there were a lot of things.
Most friendly?
Most friendly at the senior banquet?
Mm-hmm.
You feel you earned that?
Sure.
Yeah, you have. I know you have. Yeah. Okay, Purnell, let's hear your side.
Uh-oh.
That's enough. Thank you. Go ahead.
Well, this year, I found out I'm going to UVA.
You're valedictorian.
And I'm a valedictorian. And I think I was voted a few things, but we don't have to talk about that.
Biggest brown noser.
Thank you. And the name,
Balance that.
her name wasn't in the paper, and it should have been. We don't know what happened, but the Pittsburgh Press quoted everything, but they left out that we had 10 valedictorians this year. So we sent the names in again, faxed it to them, and hopefully it'll appear in the next couple days. Where are we all going to school next year?
University of Michigan.
University of Vermont in Burlington.
University of Virginia.
Okay, and your name?
I'm John Claiborne.
And you're from?
And I'm from Fox Chapel.
Fox Chapel. You've never visited Upper St. Clair High School at all?
I've been here for a few things. I've been dating Lauren since the beginning of the year, so.
Oh, you dated? Oh, that's the guy she's paid. She talked about paying before?
Yeah.
I thought that was it.
Why is that on me tonight?
Because it's so easy with you. It's the dress. Okay, Lyndon, come on up here. Come on up here with your date. Now, you've had special privileges or special awards this year too.
I haven't missed a day in 4 years of high school.
4 years of high school, perfect attendance. But you got to tell him what you said to me the next day after the awards.
When I came in, I said I was thinking about skipping because I thought I'd get Kushner right where he wanted it. I didn't show up the next day.
I thought that was funny.
Beth,
award-winning, a lot of things. Can you tell us about it?
Athlete of the Year.
Athlete of the year.
she can talk.
And
State championship for basketball.
state championships. Anything else you're proud of?
With potential for soccer.
Very good. Where are you going to school next year?
John Carroll.
And?
Duquesne.
Very good. Next couple. If you guys will step back and you'll come on over, we won't let this guy. Okay, very good. And your name is?
Patsy Scheib.
What is it again?
Patsy Scheib.
Betsy, have you enjoyed being in the activities office this year?
Yeah, I love being made fun of every morning.
Well, they really, no, it hasn't been me. Except for yesterday.
Yesterday.
But they have really picked on you, and you've come up smiling every day. I give you a lot of credit. You're also one of the 10 valedictorians, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's where are you going to school next year?
University of Notre Dame.
And your date is?
Chris Shepard.
And Chris is a senior?
Yes.
And you'll be going where next year?
Wake Forest University.
And where did you go to dinner tonight?
Carlton.
Did all of you go to the Carlton?
Yeah.
Very good. Did you have a good time?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Anything you want to? Well, let me get the last couple over here. I'm going to keep moving forward, and you can get. I'd like you to pan on these dresses. They are really something. Your name?
Kristen Keeley.
And
CJ Fiddler.
and what would you like to tell us about your senior year?
State championship for basketball.
Oh,
It was kind of fun, so.
Good. Anything else?
Not really.
Not really. No
Nothing-
teacher that
I mean-
excited you?
Well, sure, all of them do, Mr. Dave, especially you.
No, you didn't have me.
That's all right,
I'm talking
it's-
about a class, a teacher in school that you
I had fun in
appreciated.
I had fun in Mr. Callahan's class, Mrs. Ramsey's class.
See, now they're going to love hearing about
Oh,
that.
Well, I was a senior last year, and I was a freshman at Carnegie Mellon this fall. So.
What differences did you find between I like your pen.
Oh, thanks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What differences did you find in high school and college?
A lot of reading. A lot of reading.
How did it feel going from the top of the pile down to the bottom of the pile?
It wasn't that big of an adjustment for me. I mean, you just kind of find your niche right away. And
Doing well in school, I assume.
yeah, I did all right.
Carnegie Mellon?
Yes.
Very good. Okay, I'm going to give you the microphone and let you pass it down, and you're going to say hello to whomever you want to, but you can't take over 5 minutes per person. So, Mr. Restivo.
Okay, I'm going to say hello to my parents, my sister, my 2 brothers, my grandmothers, the Bartlesman family, Miss Barbara Carney, best English teacher ever, Mr. Fox, and all my friends.
I'd like to say hi to my mom and my dad and my sister, and the Maddox, and Katie, Garrett, Barb, John, Maisie, all my friends, and that's about it.
I'd like to say hi, Mom and Dad, and hi to Bitsy, hi to all the girls on the crew team, and to all the kids in the neighborhood.
You can give it to Linda. Since John. I say hi to my mom, my dad, even though she's in Chicago, but she's coming back sooner or later. I just give a shout out to Mr. D for his great speech class this year. It was one of the best experiences I've had. I'd like to say hi to the Friday family for letting me take Beth out and not giving me a phone book to stand on. And just everyone else I've ever known along the way.
Hi to my mom, my dad, Jody, Berner, Amanda, Denise, Shannon, and Lindsay.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Julie, Molly, Lindsay, Allison, Scott, and the Shepherds.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Grandma and Grandpa, Uncle Jeff and Aunt Kim, and the Shop family.
My mom, Dad, Pat, Dan, the Fiddlers, Mrs. McGarvey, Steph, Denise, Amanda, and Burke.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Mr. and Mrs. Keeley, Jack, and I'd like to say hey to the Legion.
You guys did very well. That's going to come off good. Thank you. Okay, and here's our second group of the evening. Your name?
Jamie Stone.
Chris Damish.
Paul Frank.
Stephanie Holmes.
Anything special happened this year that you guys want to talk about? Oh, come on.
Doc Saunders' pool party, definitely.
That was just the other day, wasn't it? In fact, the weather's been very good to him lately over the
Oh,
past
yes,
couple of years. Did
definitely.
you have a good time?
Yeah, it was incredible.
What'd you do?
We swam, we ate gourmet hot dogs. It was just a fun time.
That's Dr. Saunders for you. Great guy. Where are we headed for school this year? Next year?
Hopefully NYU.
Penn State.
University of Pittsburgh, Johnstown.
I'll be a senior.
You'll be a senior. Was there anything special that you liked about any of the senior activities?
I'm not a senior.
I'm sorry. I thought you were. I do that all night. You just have to overlook me. I'm gonna give the microphone to you. You pass along. Say hello to whomever you want to back up. In the camera, straight at number 1.
I'd like to say hi to my mom and dad, Mr. and Mrs. Myers, and the Mazzarinis.
I'd like to say hi to Mom, Dad, Nancy, Nicole, Bob, my 3 cats, Sabrina, Nick, and Tiger, my dog, Sabrina. That's about it.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my sister Liz, Brian, Steph's parents, her cat Tigger, my fish, little fellow, yeah, and Nicole over there. Yeah, what's up? All right, cool. Here.
I'd like to say hi to my mom and dad and brothers. Hold on. My cat Tigger and all my friends, Val and Ashley and Julie and Steph and Shannon and everyone. If I forget you, I'm sorry. My cousins Paula and Neil. And I don't know. That's all I can think of right now.
Wait, I had to say a few more. I also wanted to say hi to my my grandparents, and I'll say hi to Chris's family and his sister Nicole. Cool.
Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, another group, another set of circumstances. I heard you guys had a great limo ride tonight.
Yeah.
Anybody want to talk about it?
Yeah, we made Jen change the tire on the limo on
And-
Washington.
In that dress, she changed the tire?
Yeah.
Was she successful?
Yeah.
Great. How about your names?
John Anderson.
Velva Bonato.
Daniel Kleiman.
Jen Hartman.
Tony Blafier.
Don Salerno.
Okay, anything exciting this year happened that you guys want to talk about? Oh, something exciting had to happen. What about over your 4 years of high school? Thanks, Dawn. But how about something else?
Pretty much like hanging out with all of our friends. Like,
Did you find that seniors get closer together as the year gets on?
Yeah, definitely.
Did you like that?
Yeah.
Where you headed for school?
Robert Morris.
West Virginia University,
Kent State.
Elon College,
Pitt.
Slippery Rock.
Okay, I'd like you to take the mic and say hello to whomever and pass it on.
Hello, Mom and Pops. Hello, all my brothers and sisters spread out all along the Pittsburgh area. Hello to my cat and dog Footer.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Rachel, Molly, Grams and Gramps, Bubs and Aunts, and want to say hi to Steph. What's up? And that's about it.
Hi. I'd like to thank my mom, my dad. Say hey, everyone. Also, I'd like to say hey to everyone else who was here and everyone else who missed it. Hey.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Casey, Slappy, Cove, Liz, Lola, and everyone.
I'd like to say hello to my parents, even though they're not watching, and Mr. and Mrs. Salerno, and their crazy grandfather. Tom, I'm going to see you in the insane asylum in a little bit, all right? I'm going to visit you, all right?
I want to say hi to my mom and dad, and I want to say thanks. I want to say hi to my brother, Matt, and both of my granddads, and all of my friends.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good night tonight. This looks like a very salubrious group tonight. Your name?
Russ DeMarco.
And I seem to remember you doing things this year. What did you have an office or student council?
I'm not sure. I think I was vice president
That's
/ president of student council.
Yeah. Good way to put that, Rossi boy.
I don't know.
And
Nicole Decato,
and
Lorraine Geyer.
Mike May.
Emily Palermo,
we're trying to take the mic, Emily.
Bobby McQuinney.
Jane Oak.
John Gerhardt.
Okay. Anything funny happened tonight on the way over here? We had a flat tire. Emily?
I spilled my drink at dinner, and everyone made fun of me.
What didn't go in your dress?
No, on everything. Shirley Temple, everything.
And then the couple next to us, the group next to us, they someone shattered like a wine glass on him. I think the lady had lacerations all over her body. It was disgusting. I got sick to my stomach.
These proms are getting better and better and better.
All right.
And anybody do anything special this year they'd like to talk about, or? Yes.
I'd have to say winning a Whippeal championship on the golf team this year with
Very good.
this fine young man over here.
These two, and?
Well, I was on the girls' team.
Whippeal championship for girls soccer, beating Lebo.
Jane was homecoming queen.
Okay. Jane was homecoming queen this year. Jane's the one on the end down here. Okay. Okay, I'm going to let you talk to anybody back home that you want to, and Ross, I'll let you go first.
Okay, do I get to hold the mic?
You get to hold the mic.
All right. I have a list here. I'm
You
sorry.
want to look at the red one on the camera, not the.
I understand. First off, I just want to say, look, Mom, I have no gum in my mouth. And I also hi to my mom, Dad, Dana, Kara, the boys in the fire trucks outside, Justin, Acamanda, Matt Acamanda, Breen Acamanda, and the whole Acamanda family. Say hi to my grandma and grandpap. Say hi to my grams, Mr. and Mrs. Decato, the Reedster, Joe and Tia, and Kathy, Uncle Joe, Uncle Jerry Rowe, and Joyce and Bobby Rowe, Mace, Mr. and Mrs. Maceland, the great one, Tyke Oak, Mike D, and Anthony, Mikey Fidesca, and Carla, his little sister. Hi, Carla. The Kessner family, Mike Tonti, Steve McCall, Coach DeLear, Coach St. Clair, Pat, Paul Franz, Danny, Iraqi and Kuki, and Danny Lohr. And one more, Jason Young, my boy. And Jess Petner, Chris Henderson, and Madam Yunker. Mary Franz, I love you.
I'd like to say hi. Are you sure?
I'm done now.
My parents, Mr. and Mrs. DeMarco, Tia, and campus news staff, Kara, Dana, and that's it. Matt D.
Hi, Mom, Dad, my brother George, the May family, my Aunt Mick, grandparents. Hi, Julie, Andrea, sorry, Mike and Anthony DeBartolo and the whole DeBartolo family, the Roach family, and especially Lauren.
And my brother, I'm sorry, I forgot you.
I'd like to say hi to my grandparents, my mom and dad, my sister Alyssa, Mr. and Mrs. Geyer, George, let's see, Casey and PJ, John Beluey, and Jerry Tone. I'm sorry he's not with us tonight.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Kelly, Blair Mose, Art Moves, Mick, Mears, Wall and Zabe, and Cougar.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Katie, Frank, Annie, and John, Mr. and Mrs. McWhinney, and Kelly, of course, and the Villanovas, and Jennifer.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Steve, Dave, and the Gerhardt family.
Hi, Mom, Dad, my sisters, Mr. and Mrs. Oak, and everyone from Mount Lebanon.
Thank you all. Thanks. All right, our next group. Okay, great. Your name?
Kristen Evans.
Neeraj Chandra, the Brown Marvel.
Tom McKnight,
Chris Henderson. Jess Petner.
Charlie Seymour,
Beth Peterson.
Justin Rainier.
All right, what's, I heard that. I'm sure they didn't, though. What's been great about your senior year? Or 4 years of high school? Anybody?
You have, Mr. D.
Oh, come on. What's been super?
Getting into college.
Getting into college? Where are you going?
NYU.
Brown Marvel right over here.
Why are you so great?
Oh, all right, let me tell you, this kid is just fabulous. I can't.
You're what into words?
Don't ask.
Forget that.
I know. I won't ask. Where are you going to school next year?
University of Notre Dame.
University of Pennsylvania with my good friend Ashish Shah.
I'm going to the West Virginia Trucking Institute.
Vanderbilt University. NYU.
Johns Hopkins University,
I'll be a junior at the high school.
Northwestern University.
Start with you. Grab it and say hello to whomever.
Okay, I'd like to say hi to my mom and dad, the Broncos, the Fulmers, Pat Como, the Marsh family, the Flying Pigs, and any friends and family that I forgot, RK and Chrissy, and my dog. No, she doesn't care at all. Your turn.
I'd like to say hi to my mom and dad, my brothers Matt and Rob, Mr. and Mrs. Rainier, my favorite freshmen Eric and Taylor, Greg Abdallah, of course, and last but not least, my girls, Kristen, Kira, Nicole, Katie, and Alyssa.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, Dad, Brian, Butterfort, the Petners. That's it.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Amy, the Seymours, Brian especially, the Hendersons, and Colleen, and Madam Yonker. Hi, Mom, Dad, Kim, the McKnights, the Petners, Madam Yonker, and Colleen.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my sisters Amber and Jessica, Gigi, Mr. and Mrs. Henderson, and Kimbo.
Hi. I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my sister Nithya, the Evanses, Jack, and Marty.
Love you, Jack and Marty.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Matt, Pat, Sean, and I guess the Chandler family.
Yes.
Well, I was thinking of more people, but it's definitely going to call.
Thank you very much. Your names?
Joanna Stump.
Anthony Michael Colatrella, Joe Gall,
Gretchen Hagerman.
John Zabraski.
Amy Wright. Tasia D. Filippo.
Paul Whiteside.
Okay, now remember, you want to look at the red on the number 1. If you look at the camera below, you'll be going like this on film when you get on show. Anything you want to tell us about your senior year? Any great happenings? Something super that happened to any of you?
Just on his pool party.
Yeah,
That was so much fun.
Great. Anything else?
I liked the prior trip. It was a lot of fun.
You went to Washington, D.C.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Good. Anybody else? Were you going to say something over here?
I was going to say the band trip. Sorry about the fire alarm, guys.
You have to tell them where you went.
If we woke anyone up, yeah.
Don't forget, look at the number 1 on the camera. All right, I'm going to give the mic to you. Say hello to whomever back home.
Okay, I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Muffin, the Colatrella family, and especially Meredith.
Yes, well, where can I start here? Well, first I'd like to say hi to Portnam and Evander and my family. I also like to say hi to some friends of the family here. Dr. Benny Boom Butts, he's been a great help in service to our health over the years. And Mike Traficante, Don Corleone, and Donnie Brusco, and Sonny Red. And I don't want to forget Grandma either. Okay.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Megan, Aaron, Callie, Patrick, Mr. and Mrs. Hagerman, Kelson, Emmy, and I don't want to forget Jack and Marty either.
All right, hi, Mom, Dad, Kelson, Emmy, all the girls that he already named, and hi to Room 4 at Baker Elementary.
I want to say hi to Matt Wayner. How you doing, Matt? I want to say hi to my mom, my dad, the Wrights, the Seymours, the Rainiers, Julie. How you doing? And JP, Jack, and Marty.
Like I said, my mom, my dad, Beth and Courtney, Nader, what's up? Alyssa, Carrie, Tori, Katie, and everyone else I forgot. Yeah, I want to say hi to my mom, my dad, my sister Shannon, the Whitesides, and all my family.
Yeah, I want to say hi to my mom, my dad, my brothers, Chris and Josh, my psychotic little dog, Rudy, who's probably chasing his tail right now. I want to say hi to pretty much the entire DeFlippo family. What's up? McKnight family, Mr. Mack, we love you. And I'd like to say hi to Emily and the Watkins family as well.
Okay, thanks a lot. Have a good time tonight. Okay. Is there something special anybody would like to say this evening?
Special?
Where did you go for dinner tonight, Mr.
Grand
Springerman?
Concourse.
Did all of you go to the Grand Concourse?
Yes, this time. We went to Lamont.
Lamont. Was dinner good?
Yes.
Yep. Very good. Did you have a limo drive you tonight?
We had the children's hospital limo. Limo bus.
The Children's Hospital limo. Is that McDonald's does that kind of, you know?
It's a limo bus.
Limo bus. Okay.
I don't know.
Is there somebody going someplace special next year? Other than college? No? All right. Where are you going next year?
I'm going to Penn State.
I'll be a senior at USC.
Okay.
University of Maryland.
United States Naval Academy.
University of Illinois.
John Carroll,
I'll be a senior at St. Clair.
University of New Hampshire.
Very good. I'm going to give you the mic. Say whatever you want to, but we've got to do it quickly because we have a long line.
All right.
Mr. Singerman.
I want to make sure I get everybody here. I want to say hi to my mom, my dad, my brothers, my dog, the Watkins family, especially Penny. I love you. I also want to say hi to Lance, Chow, Jack, Marty, and Jimmy, and, oh yeah, Mrs. Kroll. Thanks a lot for all that food. And lastly, I'd like to say specifically that I'm not going to say hi to Brian Wickman, and he knows why. Thank you.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Beth, Doug, Stacy, Bethany, Liz, and the rest of my friends, and Greg Abdallah.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Ashley, the rest of my family, the Lewis family, and the swim team.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Grant, Lindsay, Danielle, the LaChases, the Comers, Laura, and Mary, and anyone else I forgot. Hi, Mom, Dad, Tuffy Muffy Mittens, Cindy, George, Sarah, Lauren, the Lewises, and the Wayners.
I'd like to say hi to Mom, Dad, Rob, Bridget, Mary Kate, the LaChases, Jigglypuff, Sacagawea for leading Meriwether Lewis and Clark to the Pacific, Jack, Room 1116, Marty. That's it.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, Dad, Courtney, Mr. and Mrs. Gaitis, Mary, Vicky, Sarah and Beth, the swim team, and Magisha, Solway Magisha. I'd like to put a shout out to the Flip Mode Squad, and that's it.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, Dad, Vicky, Mary, the Cotyans, Sarah, Kara, Jess, Renee, and Superwoman.
Okay, thanks. Have a good time tonight, everybody. Your name?
Michael Mallon.
Kristen Wolf,
Dave Foley.
Julie Hobbs, Abby Droz,
Evan Davis.
Jen Hasbrook.
Josh Lostetter.
Anything important happened this year that you guys want to talk about? I'm trying to let the interviewees come up with ideas. Anything?
Many interesting things, some of which I don't want to speak about, but the DC trip with Mr. Pryor was the best time of the year.
Okay.
Definitely.
How about you?
Oh,
Anything special?
USC swim team got runner-up at Whip Heels.
Okay. Anybody else?
Dr. Saunders pool party.
That was brought up tonight a couple times. Josh?
DC, Mr. Price, DC trip was a good time. I mean, it really had me screaming Nolo Contendere.
Very good. Why don't you just say hello to whoever back home and pass it this way?
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my sister Alex, my cats, the Hasbrooks, Christina, my grandmother, and Lauren.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my sister, and the last Cyrus.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Julie, Mr. and Mrs. Jers, Katie and Murphy, the BBYO boys, Aviel Selkovitz.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Katie, Murphy, the Davises, the Hausers, especially Sarah and Gretchen. Hi, Mom, Dad, and Ron, Sarah, Monica, Kylie and Nicole, and the 5 buddies.
I'd like to say hi to my family, the Hobbses, and my dog Amber.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my brother Eric, Mr. and Mrs. Mellon, and Lindsay, and all my friends, especially Katie, Melissa, and Angela.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, dad, Lindsay, my dog Susie, Mr. and Mrs. Wolf, Eric, Jack and Marty, and the camel.
Okay, thank you very much. Have a good time tonight. I want to take a second, wait 1 second, to introduce a lady that's going to be involved with activities next year, and this is Mrs. Bartlett. Her name's Sheila Bartlett, and she's going to do a couple interviews right now. So, Mrs. Bartlett, it's all yours.
Thank you. Thank you. Come on in, guys. Just you. Yep. Okay. All right. Give me your name.
Ryan Skerman.
Lauren Hartman.
Where'd you go for dinner?
We went down to the Point.
Yeah, we went to the Arts Festival.
Oh, how cool. That sounds great.
It was fun.
Very enjoyable.
Good. Little overdressed for the arts festival,
Yeah,
huh?
people thought we were married.
Good. Well, that was cute. That was cute. Tell me something fun that happened this year at school.
Being friends with John Nat, there's never a dull moment. So we just had a blast, you know.
What about you, Lauren?
The whole year was fun. I liked everything.
Okay. And what are your plans next year?
To stay at the high school.
Where you'll be, what grade?
12th grade.
I'm going to Indiana, Bloomington.
Terrific. Congratulations. Well, I'll give you the microphone. You can say hello to whomever.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, dad, Katie, Megan, the Hartmans in Tuscany.
All right, I have a lot of people to say hi to. My mom, my dad, my sister Ashley, my dog, my cat, the Sneaths, the Dudzinskis, hi Sensei, and I've been waiting since 8th grade to say hi to Frau. So hi, Frau. I think that's about it.
Terrific. Thank you. Have lots of fun. Okay, we have another group here. Let's start with names.
Steve McIntyre.
Beth Thompson,
Mike Grimes.
Courtney Myers,
John Gesk.
Aaron Salomon,
Matt Jurisic.
Jenna Martinser.
Terrific. Where'd y'all go to dinner?
We're at the Monterey Bay on Mount Washington. Very delicious.
Very good.
Excellent view of the city.
Terrific. What was your favorite part of, I know the guys are all seniors, what was the favorite part of senior year?
I like the volleyball season a lot. Every camping trip I went on was an excellent time.
Okay, great. What about you?
I had a great time on the band trip this year. It was really fun.
Just all the weekends hanging out with my friends and the various sports I lettered in.
Definitely Mr. Pryor's Washington, D.C. trip.
Okay. All right, I'm going to pass the microphone down. You can say hello to whomever.
I'd like to say hello to my mom, dad, Thompson family, Kristen at home, Morty, Mortician, Morty Fresh, Seabass, Zephus, Biff, the whole 1314 crew, the whole V-Ball squad, Mr. Zebo, and Stasik. What's going on?
Hi, Mom, Dad, Christy, Laura, Katie, Allie,
Hi, Mom, Dad, Mrs. Thompson. Hi, Grandma.
Get off the screen.
the McIntyres, Carrie, and our limo driver, Red.
Red. I forgot Red, too.
Hey, I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my brothers, sisters, and I'd like to say hi to my grandpa and the Myers family.
Hi, I'd like to say hi to my mom, dad, my sister, my brother, the Grimeses, our limo driver, Red, Monica, Val, Steph, and I know I'm forgetting somebody, so hi to everybody else.
Mom, Dad, rest of the family, Mr. and Mrs. Salmon,
Kristen, Justin Carr, Red the limo driver, Brianne working the camera. That's about it. I don't want to leave anyone else out, so just hi.
Hi, I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Mr. and Mrs. Gaskin, the entire Gask family, and all my friends that aren't here tonight.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, dad, sister, the entire Martinzik family, except for Jared. And I want to say hi to limo driver and Steve McIntyre. Hi, Steve.
And I want to say hi to Red, too.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Jason, Jeremy, Jared, and Lori, and our limo driver.
I'm going to give you back the microphone and tell me what your future plans are.
I'll be a senior next year.
I'm going to be a West Virginia Mountaineer with my friend Brad Bonenberger as my roommate.
I'll be a senior at Upper St. Clair.
I'm going to Penn State, and I'll be ruined there.
I'll be a senior at St. Clair.
I'm going to be going to St. Joseph's in Philadelphia.
I'll be a senior.
I'll be attending the University of Pittsburgh, where I will study business management or business administration.
Thanks, guys. Have a great time.
Thank you.
Okay, we're here with the next group. Let's start with your names, please.
George Hay.
Gina Worley.
Jones Embry.
Laurel Risen.
Great. Where'd y'all go for dinner?
Lamont.
Sounds good. A lot of people went there. Was it busy?
Yeah, it was.
Good. You got here pretty early, though, huh? Great. Tell me something that was fun about this year of school.
Just everything. Like the whole year.
The whole year. Great.
Band trip to Toronto.
Band trip. That's a great one.
Sneaking out on Mr. Lisa's trip to Ocean City there.
Okay, I'm not going there.
The Washington, D.C. trip with Frau Baird.
Oh, sounds great. Everybody traveled this year. I'm going to give you the microphone, say hi to whomever you like, and then as you pass it back, tell what your plans will be for next year.
Hi, Mom, Dad, the Worleys, and I'll be a senior next year.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Jules, Bobby, Grandma, Grandpa, and majorettes and friends.
My mom, my dad, my brother, my sisters, the Hartsburgs, my two little nephews, and my cat Plinky, who couldn't be here tonight. Take it, please.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my sister, my dog Pebbles, Lauren Kayuela, Monica, and Meredith Aguilar. Okay. Next year I'll be going to Miami of Ohio.
I'll be going to Porchview, actually the Navy.
I'll be going to IUP.
I'll be a senior again.
Great. Thanks a lot. Have a good evening.
All right, we'll start over here. Your name?
Benjamin Zober.
Sarah Nodelman. Emily Welch.
Harold Hall. Jim Storr.
Jen DeSilvio.
Brian Krieger.
Meredith Young. Stephanie Sorner.
Mark Gisler.
Very good. Anything special happened this year that you guys want to talk about? Either personally or as a group or... How was dinner tonight?
Dinner was good.
Where did you go for dinner? Lamont. And where are you going to school next year?
Ohio University.
And whatever any other question I'm going to ask. Stephanie, tell me something about yourself. Wait a minute, you got an award this year. Okay, let's talk about that. What was it?
I got an award for perfect attendance because
4 years of high school without one day absent. There's not too many teachers that can, there's not too many adults that can say that, going to work for 4 years straight. That's great. Where are you going to school next year?
Kent State University.
And?
Cal.
Ohio University.
High school still, Cannock Miller.
Ohio University.
Be a sophomore at Bowling Green.
High school.
Ohio State. Indiana University.
I'll be a sophomore at Brandeis.
Okay, I'll start with you, Steph. Say hello to whomever you want to back home.
I'd like to say hi to Mom, Dad, Stacy, Gretchen, all my grandparents, everyone back at home, all my relatives, and S, and Mr. and Mrs. Gisler.
I want to say hi to my mom and dad and my big bro, Keep It Real, man.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my sister, my dog, my aunt, my uncle, my 2 cousins, Dan and Sarah, my grandma, Celia, Alex, Bill, and Zach. I'd like to say hi to Mrs. Graham in room 31 and Mr. Miller in room 27. And
I want to say hi to my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, and my aunt and uncle, and the Young family.
hi, Mom, Dad, Matt, Dave, Casey, Grandma, Aunt Mick, Uncle Reg, Al, the Stringies, Mr. and Mrs. Store, Jeff, and I want to say a special hello to room 9 at Baker Elementary School.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Jeff, Mr. and Mrs. DeSilvio, Matt, Dave, Casey, all my boys back at the Haven House, and Harry, Noft, Sweat, and Mick.
Hi, my friends and all my family.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Jen, Kim, Grandma in the halls.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Mark, Mrs. Brinkoff, and Mrs. Friedman's afternoon kindergarten class, and that's it.
Hello, Mrs. Rosen. Hello to the Mendelsons, and hello to my new friend, this fake plastic plant.
Thank you very much. Have a good, what?
I want to say hi to the Krieger family, and we also want to say hi to Meredith Egley and Kenny the limo driver.
Okay, have a good time tonight. Okay, now, I understand we've had a couple sad stories tonight. I hear yours is one. What happened? How did you get here this evening?
That's not us.
It was a really sad story.
Oh.
A couple of us rode here on a fire truck. 4 of us, CJ, Pat, and Matt.
Oh, well, that wasn't a sad story. You had planned that. Oh, I heard the fire trucks pull up. I thought there was a false alarm. You mean you had planned to come in a fire truck?
Yes, we have.
Was it neat?
That was great.
Just the 2 of you? Wonderful. Where were your dates?
With them.
Oh, with them.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Is there anything that happened this year that you'd like to discuss openly? Bradley?
I'd just like to say that anybody who has Mr. D, well, he's not going to be here next year, and you guys should really be thankful for that because he's just a terrible teacher.
He was the best teacher.
Thank you, Erica.
I had no fun. And
The reason Bradley had no fun is, let's tell the truth, every day he what?
Face down.
He slept. Every day. How he passed, I'll never know. And passed very well, too. You too, John. How are you tonight?
I'm great.
Good. Did you have a good time at dinner?
I had a very good time.
Where'd you go?
To Lamont.
Where did you guys go?
To Lamont.
All of the whole group went to Lamont? Okay. Matt, you've held a position this year with Student Council. How's it been?
It was fun. It was fun, Dave.
What did you do?
Not much, actually.
That's true. Okay. Lindsay, you also have an award that you received at the awards night. You will at graduation, rather, which is you are?
Valedictorian.
1 of 10. Very good. Not only is she beauty, but brains as well. I'm sorry, Erica. You were what?
I got 1.
Lastatorium or what? I'm only kidding. She's really bright. He's mean. He just is plain mean tonight. All right, I'm going to give you the mic. Say to whoever, whatever you want, and pass it on.
I'd like to say hello to my parents and Neil, Tyler, and Katie, and also my grandparents, and hello to the Moritz family.
I'd like to say hi to David D, my mom, Fresh, Jules, Sea-Dog, Stiff, the Orchowski family.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Allie, Beth, Cleo, Grandma, Pap, and Nana, and the Bonnebergers.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, dad, Lisa, Stacy, Stevie, Andy, Robbie, my grandparents, Zebo, Hoffhines, my counterpart as always, Jason Julius, and to whom I love the most, my Mercedes.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Becky, Mrs. P, Eddie, and everyone else.
I'd like to say hi to Mom, Dad, Court, Cat, Dog, the guests, Morty, Zabin, Sea-Dog, Beas, Biff, 1314, and Gator. Hi, Mom, Dad, Wally. I'd like to thank Brian, Russ, Drew, and Murph for driving us tonight.
Hi, Dad, Mom, Baya, and Mr. and Mrs. Bates, and thanks, Volunteer Fire Department, for driving us.
Just want to say thanks to the Volunteer Fire Department for taking us here.
Okay, thanks. Where you you all headed after the prom tonight?
After prom.
After prom,
Yes.
post-prom, which is where?
Callahan.
Callahan's. Thank you, Kristen. You were great. I appreciate it. Go ahead, Bradley.
I just wanted to give a shout out to Matt Jerzik, who's going to be my roommate next year at WVU.
Here tonight.
Thanks. Have a good night.
Okay.
Next, we have another fire truck, right? Did you guys come in on the fire truck?
Yep.
How did you talk to volunteer fire department to allow you to ride the trucks?
Well, Rob, Matt, Pat, and I are all firemen and volunteer our time down there, so they offered to do it when we asked.
That is really great. Great for you, and
it was the best night of my life.
I'm sitting here reviewing, and I heard the fire trucks, and I thought one year at the post-prom or at the prom rather, we had a bomb scare, and the fire trucks pulled up, and I'm thinking, oh my God, not another bomb scare. And I see all four of those fire trucks. It was really very impressive. Anyway, where'd you all go to dinner this evening?
Lamont.
Lamont, you have a good time? Yes, we did. You know what? I forgot to ask you your names.
Kristen Mandler.
Frank Romano.
Devin Duff.
CJ Pasquarella.
And where are we going to school next year?
Penn State Altoona.
I'm a sophomore.
Toontown, Penn State Altoona.
Penn State, Maine.
Okay, I'm going to give you the mic and say hello to whomever.
Hi, Mom, Dad, David, Jeff, Mitch, and Mr. and Mrs. Romano.
Hi to my mom, Dad, Rachel, Brent, and the Mandlers.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, Dad, Shannon, Taryn, and all my friends.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Dana, Joe, Poppy, Grandma and Lou, and all my relatives out in St. Clair.
Okay, thanks. Have a good time tonight. All right, this is a nice tight group, and they wanted me to ask them first, what was the favorite part of the last 12 years of schooling? Was that it, or of high school? Okay, who wants to answer that? Okay, Fino, you're the one that told me. You answer.
Definitely harassing Dan. So.
Dan?
Thanks. It's
Oh,
lots of
Dan.
fun. I'm here.
Yeah. I heard about his nickname just a couple weeks ago. And then when it was explained to me why they called him that, I was shocked.
It was a fun time. My favorite
and you
time
had
in
a
high
great
school-
time.
I had a great time. My favorite time in high school was at Greg's house. We had a special lady friend over. It's lots of fun.
Great. How about, do you know what a wild man he is?
Yeah.
I'd be careful. All right, let's do some names, starting over here.
Dave Enoch.
Whitney Thompson.
Greg Pino.
Abby Heffernan.
John Lowenhop.
Nora Kavanaugh. Easted Jewel.
Dante Oliveria.
Christine Benedetti.
Mike Lasonic.
Ann Tellerico.
Dan Lestitian.
Where are y'all going to school next year?
UMass.
I'm still a junior.
Robert Morris College.
UNC.
And Christine was what this year?
Senior class vice president.
And you can thank her for all of this stuff that's going on this evening.
Penn State.
I'm moving to France. Dayton.
Washington Jefferson.
Loyola College.
University of Michigan.
Ohio State.
Wake Forest.
All right, I'm going to start over here. Say hello to whomever, unless you have any other questions you'd like me to ask you.
Yeah, how about the greatest event of senior year?
Okay, greatest event of the senior year. Who wants to take it? Michael, you open tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll take it. The greatest event of senior year was definitely Fino's house, I'd have to say. Allure was also good. And I'd have to say that soccer season was very good for us.
I would say the track season and TNA 99.
I have to say soccer season. Probably
Probably senior banquet or senior cruise.
Definitely track with States, Fino's house. Soccer for sure.
Definitely TNA and just hanging out with these guys all in general.
Doc Saunders' pool party was fun, and senior cruise was a lot of fun too.
Senior cruise and Greggy's house.
Allure, TNA, and the many amateur movies we put together throughout the year. All right. Hi, Mom, Dad, Brendan, Grandma, Grandpa, Lady Bob, the Thompsons, Megan, and Justin.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Patrick, Courtney, Mr. and Mrs. Jensen, Stacy, Aaron, the Enochs, what else did I have to say hi to? Caitlin, Laura, and Justin, I love you.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Kristen, Mrs. and Mr. Heffernan, Dean, Hillary, Terry, DeLeo, and Mr. Bigglesworth.
I'd like to say hi to Mom, Dad, Hillary, Dean, Terry, Dr. Fino, Mrs. Fino, Kristen, and a special hello to Jennifer.
I'd like to say hi to Mom, Dad, Tim, Brittany, Mr. and Mrs. Colatrella, Mr. Bigglesworth, kind of, and that's about it.
I'd like to say hi to Mom, Dad, Megan, Midge, Mrs. Maisel, Mrs. Mandler, Mrs. Sharp, and Mrs. Swaney and her class at Baker, room 103.
Salut maman, papa, Fred, Chris, Cyril, Fanny, Esther, AD, and Berner.
I'd like to say hi to Mom, Dad, Grandma, Grandpa, Brandon, and Joe, the Gerards, and Scout.
Hi, Mom and Dad, and thank you for after prom tonight. Courtney, Ryan, Granny, the Sturdy family, the entire track team, and Mr. D.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Kristen, Allie, Casey, Molly, Allure, Mr. Bigglesworth, and I want to give props to my best friend, Fino.
I'd like to say hi to Mom, Dad, Katie, Maggie, Renee, Becky, Mandy, Beth, Bridget, Joy V.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, Dad, Karen, Kevin, Jim, and my brother Jeff up in Alaska.
I'd also like to say hi to Holly and the Oliverios.
Say hi to Stu.
We've got a long crew. I'm sorry. Thank you. Good night. All right. We're going to start with asking names.
Katie Totten,
Neil Orchowski,
Ashley Ames,
Drew Smith,
Leanne Ford,
Shisha,
Alina Iam.
Oh, wait. I think it's the Star Lake King coming up next.
John Paul Maleo.
Tell us about your date last week. Was it last week or the week before?
My date?
That lovely creature that you were with at Star Lake.
Creature?
I've heard all about that. Plus, everybody's talking about Fino's house. You want to tell us about the video they took of you?
Nothing gets by him. I can say that for sure. Nothing gets by him.
Sorry. I wish I had that video to show the audience.
Jocelyn Rhodes.
Jimmy.
Jimmy?
Just Jimmy.
Okay, just Jimmy. All right, I've asked everybody else, tell us something exciting about your senior year. Anybody?
I really enjoyed the track season this year.
The track season was fun up at States, and also TNA 99 was maybe the best thing of the year.
I'm going to have to say TNA 99, Doc Saunders pool party, and senior trip will definitely be added to that list.
I'd say TNA, homecoming, senior banquet, and senior cruise. Senior banquet was the most fun.
Senior banquet and TNA were real fun.
Probably homecoming and senior banquet.
I'd say homecoming was fun, senior banquet, prom right now is pretty good. Being in Mr. D's homeroom every day was a pleasure. Talking to him every day in the morning. And just about everything about senior year was pretty good. So it's been great.
Dr. Saunders pool party.
Dr. Saunders pool party and volleyball season making the playoffs.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you a chance, but you're going to say whatever you want to somebody back home. Tell them where you're going to school, the whole bit. Okay, we're going to do it quick.
I'm going to Notre Dame next year, and I'd like to say hi to Mom, Dad, Jenny, Mr. and Mrs. Orchowski, and Katie, the Avics, Grandma, Aunt Esther, and Uncle Arthur, and Karen.
I'd like to say hi to Mom, Dad, Lindsay, Tyler, Katie, the Tartans, Dr. Saunders, Allure, the Smiths, Gastro, Mary, Jimbo, and Flip Mode Squad.
I'm going to the University of Massachusetts, and I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, the Smiths, Brian and Emily, Nick Carter, Angels. I guess that's it.
I'm going to Wake Forest, and I'd like to say hi to Mom, Dad, Brian, Emily, Mr. and Mrs. Ams, Ryan, Aaron. I'd also like to say hi to Dr. Saunders, Mr. D, Captain Bob, Rose, Mary Auntie, Perrine Auntie, Uncle Mukesh, Uncle Mikey, and Crazy Betty.
And Mr. Apalma, too.
I'm also going to Penn State Honors next year.
I'm going to Ohio University, and I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Michelle, Steven, the Roller Girls, BBC, and JSD 96.
I want to say hi to Mom, Dad, Amisha, the Salsa Boys, dance partners, AJ, Mary Auntie, Steven, Shammy, and Niraj.
I'm going to Elon College, and I'd like to say hi to my family, the Ollies, the Feldmeyers, and Mrs. Minor.
I'm going to Indiana University of Pennsylvania. And I'd like to say hi to Mom, Dad, Rosemary, George, Eric, Tiger, Captain Bob and Company, Green, Mukesh, the Smith family, Mr. and Mrs. Lyons, Arvind, everybody out there, and Lab Group 8.
I'm going to University of Richmond. I'd like to say hi to my mom, dad, Jeff, Jamie, Jennifer, Jonathan, Lauren, Monica, and Becky.
I'm going to be a senior at Upper St. Clair next year. I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Rhodes, my brother, my grandma, also my girlfriend Annie, I love you, all my choir and campus news friends, and I'd like to praise our Lord Jesus Christ, our Savior.
Okay, thanks. All right, we've got a small group now. Your name?
Russell Miller.
Stephanie Smurl.
Grabbing my microphone.
Jeff M. Watson.
Sandy Rexwell.
These two gals are great. I don't know you guys, but I've had these two girls in class. They're wonderful young ladies. Where are you headed for this summer?
I'm working at the wave pool and just hanging out with my friends, yes.
Hanging out with my friends, going on a senior trip, and going to Germany.
Where are you going on the senior trip?
Ocean City, Maryland.
How many kids are going?
9 of us.
9. I've heard there's certain groups with like 15 and 25 in them going.
Yeah, there's a lot of people going there.
I'll be working a lot and going with Steph to Germany for 3 weeks.
Not on the senior trip, though.
I'll be working for my dad and also going on a senior trip, and that's about it.
What have you enjoyed most about your senior year?
Swimming at States was fun, and I think senior banquet.
Winning Whitfields for soccer and just hanging out with my friends.
Track was fun and homecoming was fun.
Winning states in basketball and Lambda Lambda.
Okay. Say hello to whoever back home.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Lindsay, Claire, the Van Wassens, the Smurls, the Millers, the Wallaces, Denise, Beth, Steph, Kristen, Amanda, and Leanne.
I'd like to say hi to Mom, Dad, Julie, the Rechtenwalds, the Smurls, the Millers, and the best limo driver, Pete.
Yeah, and Pete.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my sister, Chris, the Millers, the Rechtenwalds, the Van Wassens, and all my friends, and I can't wait for senior trip.
I want to say hi to my family, the Smurls, the Van Wassens, and the Rechtenwalds. I want to say hi to Natty, Wetman, Fiend Dog, and Davey D, and a special shout out to Pete.
Okay, thanks. Have a good time tonight. Now, I want the audience to know before we go. It's awfully warm in here tonight. It was 90-some today, and the air conditioning, they say, is on as low as it's going to go. But if you see us sweating with these bright lights, it is warm in here. All right, your names first.
Christine Waller.
Andrew Chadwick.
Jen Keel.
David Franisich.
Lindsay Scheib.
John Gogler.
Gretchen Kipp.
Adrian Bischoff.
Okay, who wants to start with memories of their senior year, or the last 4 years? Well, we got a real talky group here tonight, huh? Something had special happen. Okay,
Over the 4 years, the jazz band trips for the last 3 years, and Dr. Saunders' pool party.
You also have special voice, right?
Pardon?
You're valedictorian?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. What do you want to tell people? You're valedictorian? Make sure you look at the number 1 on the camera. You look at that thing there, and you're all going to be going like this. Anything special?
I played with a band of mine called Pine for the last 3 years. Played a lot of clubs.
And they played at the community day, didn't they?
Yes, we played a community day.
Very good. Anybody else?
I say being on the rifle team, last 2 years we got second place in Whitfields. This year we didn't do so well, but well. And I would say that Doc Saunders' pool party was incredible.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go with the highlights as Doc Saunders' pool party a couple days ago and wearing a kilt with Mr. Bischoff on the last day of school yesterday.
Okay, I'm going to give you the microphone to say say hello to whomever back home. Also, tell us where you're going to school next year. Or if you're back to St. Clair.
Hi, Mom, Dad, my sister Kimmy, my twin sister Kelly, my gym class, my Spanish class, and Mrs. Sharp's class.
I'd like to say hi to my mom and pop, my Aunt Patty and my grandma, my 2 brothers, Mike and Dave. And I will be attending the University of Maryland at College Park next year. Go Terrapins.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Aaron, Julie, Elaine, Steph, Justin, and Kim. And I'm going to be a senior at St. Clair next year.
I'd like to say hi to my mom and Kurt and my dad and Emily, Mikey, Mary Grace, and Sarah and Reed, and little baby Nathaniel. And like to give a shout out to the discipleship guys. And I'll be attending Virginia Tech next year.
Hi, I'd like to say hi to my mom, dad, brother Eric, my dog Hobie, all my friends, and the field hockey team, and I'll be a senior at St. Clair next year.
I will be attending Capital University in Columbus next year. I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my grandmother, all my friends, Jen and Brian Rush, everybody else. Shout out to the discipleship, and my band Pine, which, by the way, has put out a CD you can buy. Also, we'll be playing at Graffiti on the 19th and a free show in Clareton Park on the 4th of July. So it'd be great if you guys could come out. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm going to be a junior at Upper St. Clair next year, and I'd just like to give a shout out to my homeroom in 2 to 18.
I'll say hi to my family, the discipleship guys, those guys from the jazz combo, and Hansi Cronier.
Okay, thanks. Have a good time tonight, guys. Before we even start this group, I guarantee you will be entertained tonight. Your names first.
Catherine Stevens,
John Nett.
Jess Leeds,
Mark Minard.
Brooke Hawkendoner,
Antonio LaFreda.
Chrissy Cox,
Sam Astorina.
Ashley McKibben.
Joe Palmieri.
Now, I heard you probably have the best story of the night, and this is true, right? This actually happened to you tonight. This is no lie. They're not making this up. Make sure you look at the number 1 on the camera when you talk. Who'd like to start the story? Let's keep it sort of short, okay? Matt, you're long-winded. Make it short.
All right. Well, first of all, for the limos tonight, we were supposed to get a limo bus for the 20 people in our group. They replaced it with 2 14-person limos. They show up. The 2 guys were a little shaky, but we got in the limos anyways. One guy was named Geek. The other guy, we don't remember his name. So then we get in the limos. We're on our way downtown. Our limo was the one in the back of the other limo. And going down into the south side, coming out of Liberty Tubes, making a left-hand turn, there's a big concrete thing there. Our limo driver decides to make the turn sharp, slams right into it. Pulls over, looks, huge dent in the side of the limo. We get down there. It had been a miserable ride. Air conditioning was broken, blah, blah, okay. Yada, yada, yada. Anyway, cut to the chase. Our limo driver quit, took the limo with us, no replacement limos. The girls all took the other limo back here, and all the guys came back in 3 taxi cabs.
Go, John. That's a heck of a story. What's been great about your senior year, Joey? Other than your boxer shorts that you keep leaving in my car, but we won't talk about that, how they get there.
Trips to D's cars.
You're going to have to explain that one.
Well, that's just a story between me and you, D. I don't know. I'm having a pretty good time right now. And the DC trip with Mr. Pryor.
I'm only a junior.
The DC trip was a lot of fun. Winning sections was a great time.
DC trip and Mr. D's English class and being with Antonio.
but it's not in that order.
Right, exactly.
And Antonio's first?
Right,
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Cross country, Maria's graduation party.
The race at mud volleyball, and also winning sections for soccer, winning the race for mud volleyball, Doc Saunders pool party, swim with Ross, and definitely D's speech class tops it all.
I'd have to say DC trip and our trip to Miami and mud volleyball.
All right, I'm going to ask you to tell me real quick where you're going to school and hello to whomever back home, but we got to do this quickly.
I'm going to school at IU in Bloomington, and I'd like to say hi to my mom, dad, my sister, my grandparents, and the Blaces.
I'm going to University of Dayton with Ben Miller. I'd like to say hi to my parents, my sister, my grandma, my cat, Mr. and Mrs. Stevens, Hershey, Catherine's grandparents, my neighbor Matt, and anyone else I couldn't remember.
Hi, Mom, Dad, grandparents, the Minard family.
When I say my mom and dad, Matt, Michael, Mitchell, Morgan, my grandparents, my grandma, Mr. and Mrs. Leeds, and Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, Christy, Laura, Beth, and Carrie.
I'm going to Penn State Toontown, and I'd like to say hi to my mom, my D, my dad.
My D. My D. My dad.
Well, my stepdad. Fuzzy, Zeke, grandparents, the Lafredas, and that's it.
I'm going to Duquesne University, and I'd like to say hi to my parents, my sister, Brooks family, Chip and Chris.
Alfredo, you speak beautiful Italian. Say it into Italian. I want you to listen to this. I heard him on the phone one day. I just sat there in awe.
Voglio dire ciao a mamma, papà, Marco e Marie.
Very nice.
I'm going to high school next year. I'm going to say hi to my mom, my dad, my brother, the Astrinas, Mr. and Mrs. McKibben, a.k.a. Tool, and Tanner.
I'm Sam Esther. I'm going to University of Colorado. I would like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my sister, the Cox family, and Reese and Brutus.
Hi, I'm Aaliyah Jr., and I would like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Tanner, Mr. and Mrs. Cox, Mr. and Mrs. Palmieri, and Matt.
My mom, my dad, my sister, my dog, the McKibbins, Dante, Brandon, of course, and Wilbur. Also, Ben is very extreme.
Okay, have a good one.
Technically, you're a senior this year, too, so tell us your future plans since you're retiring.
My future plans to retire, and I'm leaving for Texas the day after you guys leave. Thanks for asking. Have a good time tonight. Names. Start over here.
Megan Hicks.
Stephen Nicholas.
Steve, how's your batting average this year?
Did Donnie tell you to bring that up?
Yeah, he told me to bring it up. Yeah. It's too bad he went first, or you could have gotten him.
Jackie Bell.
Ben Miller.
This is the Ben they were talking about in the previous group.
Maria Cardamone.
Todd McClintock.
Todd, what position did you hold this year?
I was an executive officer of student council with D here. Very good. See Justin Conrad, student council.
Lion Collinger.
Kate O'Connor.
Brandon Saloni.
All right, what's been great about your senior year? Who wants to start?
We went to a Colorado trip with Clark W. Griswold, Stephen, Todd, Brandon, and Rand McCunningham. We had a great time. We were up in Vail and Breckenridge. We had a great time.
Miami weekend, DC trip, and Maria's graduation party.
Good. Anybody else?
Yeah. I'd say
Pass it around. The race before mud volleyball, PR 99. Gooch.
Miami trip, DC trip with Paul Pryor, Mr. De Palma's class.
I have to say Maria's graduation party and our trip to Hidden Valley.
Definitely DC.
This is Maria. It was her graduation party.
Definitely DC, Miami with the girls, my pause for cross country, and homecoming.
Colorado trip and definitely student council with D this year. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, I said it.
Not a senior, but I'd have to say prom.
You're not a senior yet. You got another year to go.
I'd say the Miami trip, the cross country posse. That's about it.
I'm going to have to say DC trip and Hidden Valley.
Okay. Say hello to whomever back home.
All right, I want to say hi to my mom, dad, Nicole, Kristen, Douglas, Pandora, Jeff, the taxi driver that we arrived with. That's about it.
This is the second half of the guys that went with the taxi cab.
My mom, my dad, my sister Sarah, John, Danny, and Jenna.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Mr. and Mrs. Conrad, my friends Julie, Adrian, Courtney, Megan, Carlin,
I'd like to say hi to my mom, dad, Dylan, who's at home right now, Mandy, Granny, and Grandpap, Mr. and Ms. Collinger, and Jason Stasek. My man.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Gina, Julia, Gaga, and the McClintocks, and the Minor.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Dave, Sarah, Marta, Pat, Kristen, Katie, Lauren, Karen, Matt, the Cardamones, Gaga, Paddy, and Petey.
All those names were just Todd's brothers and sisters.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Jesse, Gus, and the Millers.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my sister Erin, my dog Augie, Mrs. Bell, Jesse, the limo driver that got us there in a hurry, and that's about it.
Mom, Dad, Andy, Curie, Jason, the Shanahans, and the Nicholses.
My mom, my dad, my brother Dave, the Hicks. It's good.
Okay, have a good night tonight, guys. Yes.
I'd like to say good luck next year. Take care.
Thank you. All right, let's start with names.
Eric Morrison,
Anne-Marie Korzen.
Craig Hartsburg,
Shayna Siegel.
Andy, was that you?
Mary Beth Carabinas.
Andy Hitt.
What happened to your voice?
I don't know.
You were fine today, weren't you?
No.
Yesterday you were fine.
Yeah, yesterday, but not today. Last night.
Amy Robinson. Yes, she did.
Steve Ralph.
Okay, what's memorable about your senior year? Andy?
8 free mods a day. That was pretty good.
That's how I got to know you. You were in the Commons all the time.
I was.
Anybody else have anything?
Yeah.
Go.
Your class. I mean, that was number one. And number two would have to be seeing Layla Rufino in A Whole New Light.
I'm not touching that line with a 10-foot pole.
Probably Mount Lebanon prom.
Okay.
I definitely have to say trip to D.C., 11-12 sausage parties, and watching Raw with my boys.
Okay.
Bus ride with Ryan Wilson.
When this girl broke 2 of my ribs.
She broke 2 of your ribs? You want to tell us? No, never mind. I don't want to know.
She punched.
No, no. What about you?
My Latin class stuff.
Your Latin class. Now, you're not from Upper St. Clair.
That's correct.
At another school? Where?
Peters.
Peters Township. Boo, no. We welcome you to Upper St. Clair. Okay. Tell them where you're going to school and say hello to Mom and Dad and pass it on.
Oxford University, and I'd like to say hello to everybody out there in TV land.
St. Clair, and hi, Mom, Dad, Christy, Greg, Steve, and all my friends and the Morrisons.
Penn State University, I'd like to say hi to my parents, my grandparents, Palms, Elle, and Wilson.
Maryland Institute College of Art. And I'd like to say hi to Murray, Sherry, Barry, Jet, Shadow, and any other Hartsburg pets that I forgot about.
Yeah, I got a long list. Hi, Mom, Dad, Amy, Jonathan, Pat, Jen, Shannon, Josie, Maggie, Tanya, Kathy, Layla, Mr. and Mrs. Alexander, and the whole custodial staff at Upper St. Clair High School.
I'm going to be attending Harvard Law School, and I'd like to say hi to Mom, Dad, Bill, Kathy, Devin, Laurie, Nicole, Woogsy, and Quits.
I'm going to Clarion University.
And Devin, I think I already said that.
I'm going to IUP, and I just want to say hi to my family and friends, and especially Leia. We miss you, babe.
Okay, great.
He had to go outside
right.
for a minute. That's too bad. We had a couple questions to ask him.
Oh, sorry. Maybe you can catch him later. All right. Thanks, guys. Have fun. Bye, guys. Okay, we have the next group here. I'm going to go down. Just tell me your name and what grade you were this year. Andrea Canaggio, and I was a senior.
Phil Corman, I go to Penn State University.
Tina Bracco. I'm a senior this year.
Dave Lewis, and I'm sophomore.
Ingrid Heiberg, and I'm a senior.
Adam Wattinger, and I'm in 11th grade.
Joanna Popp, and I'm a senior.
Andrew Noam, and I go to Pitt.
Amy Rodowitz. I'm a junior.
Randy Oswald, I'm a senior.
Okay, great. Tell me a highlight of this school year.
Oh, I don't know. I always enjoyed musicals.
Yeah. Musical.
Everything.
Our senior rap song on the last night of musical. Cool.
My wonderfully spent days in Bandland.
Bandland, that's going to get worse next year, huh?
I really liked my mouse Schnuggles in the Mouse Olympics and Godspell at Westminster.
I liked most everything.
homecoming and senior cruise, and working after school with Mrs. Fiddler.
Senior cruise and Tina's graduation party.
And state athletics.
Okay, I'm going to give you the microphone. Say hi to whomever, and tell us what your future plans are.
I'm going to Penn State, and I'm going to say hi to my mom, dad, Tom, Mike, and Dave.
I'd like to say hi to the Carnagios, limo driver Rich, Dave, Tina, Ingrid, everyone else down there.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, the Lewises, limo driver Rich, my adopted family, the Heibergs, and all my family.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Wendy, limo driving Rich, Brian and Jenny, my 2 dogs, and the Broncos.
Hi, I'd like to say hello to Mom, Dad, Erica, Christian, Topher, the Wazenegers, the Broncos, the Pops, and all my other friends out in TV land.
I'd like to say hello to all my family, to the Heibergs, and I'd just like to also say hi to all those Steves out there. Thank you.
I'd like to say hi to Mom, Richard, Mindy, Goo, Daisy, and Rosie, and to all the families of everyone who's here.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, dad, Elise, Breaker, George, Michek, Port, TC, and Mr. Slathington.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my sister, the Oswalds, and all my friends. You know who you are.
Hi, I'm going to be attending University of Delaware next year. I'd like to say hi to Mom, Dad, Steve, the Rudowitzes, and wish Jen and Aaron a happy birthday tomorrow. Thank you.
Thanks. Did everybody say where you're going to school next year?
Penn State.
Muskingum College.
University of Colorado at Boulder.
Dickinson College.
University of Delaware.
Great. Thanks. Have fun.
How's it going? Please state your name and where you're attending college next year.
I'm Jenna Zonnefeld, and I'll be attending Allegheny University.
I'm Dan Mazzarini. I'll be going to Miami of Ohio.
Marianne Mazzarini, University of Notre Dame.
Sean Johnette, Villanova.
Natalie Drosden. I'm a junior, so not.
Sean Hamilton, and I'm attending St. Mary's University of San Francisco, California.
I'm Joyce Ting, and I'll be attending Wheaton College in Chicago.
Hi, I'm Mike Lynn, and I will be attending the University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia.
All right, great. Where'd you guys attend dinner? Carlton. Cool. Was it nice? Good stuff? Good food? The Carlton also, actually. Yeah. Big, anyway, tell us what was your favorite thing about senior year, all right?
To be honest, my favorite thing about senior year was any time I spent with all of my awesome friends, so thanks a lot to them. You be quiet.
I had a lot of fun at homecoming, setting up for it, I guess, and did a whole lot of that. And flying into any of my 3 homerooms really, really late. That was always good.
I would have to say winning Whippeals for soccer and also Dr. Saunders' pool party.
Probably going to states and track and field. That's probably my most exciting.
Nothing here.
I'm gonna have to go with senior banquet because it was a lot of fun.
Just getting to know my friends a lot better before we head to our separate ways.
Hi, I liked skipping school to go skiing and bowling and hanging out with all my friends. Thanks.
All right, you guys want to say hi to anyone at all? Yeah? All right, here we go.
I would definitely like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Paul, Jennifer, Anton, Kai. I'd like to say hi to Ben. And I'd also like to say hi to all my awesome friends. And they're great. They've been great throughout the year.
I like to say hi. We're going to say hi together.
I'm sorry. I have to say hi to the Mazzarinis, too, because they're my second family. I love you guys.
And we're going to say ours together because we have a whole long list. Hi to Mom and Dad and Kate and Joe and Murph.
Grandma, Nani and Papa, all the Teeps family that will probably be watching this.
The Bazinskis, Aunt Peggy won't see it unless we tape it. All our friends, Sweets, Mr. Z, Paul and Anton and Jen, and Brain. We love Brain.
The Johnette family also.
I like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my sisters Caitlin and Colleen, and my little brother Patrick, the Mazzarinis, and all my friends.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my sister Nadia, my brothers Dan and Nick, and I'd like to say hi to all my friends too, so hi.
like to say hi to my mom, my dad, and all my friends.
I'd like to say hi to my mom and my brother who are in Taiwan vacationing, and my dad and my sis.
Hi, I'd like to say hello to all of my family and all my friends at North Allegheny and Mount Lebanon. Levo.
All right, thanks a lot. So you guys have a good night. You guys take it easy, and here's Mr. D again.
Thanks, Adam. Great job. All right, I have a list of questions to ask this group, so let's start with what happened at dinner tonight.
We got an anonymous phone call, and somebody decided to pay for our dinner. So we want to say thank you to them, whoever it is. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for dinner.
We don't know who it was, seriously?
We have no idea. They wouldn't tell.
That's neat. Okay, now wait, I was supposed to ask you about senior memories. Didn't you tell me that?
Tonight, definitely the fire truck. Awesome.
Definitely the fire truck.
You're so creative, Patrick. Can you think of something else?
No, that's my favorite thing.
I'm going to have to say DC and tonight.
I like stupid at the spot.
Tonight in Mrs. Watts' class.
Dan's graduation party.
Tonight.
Tonight and Dan's graduation party was the best place.
Let's introduce ourselves.
I'm sorry, I didn't even introduce you. I apologize.
Patrick Snavely.
Lauren Sidorovich.
Jess Hallowell.
Dan Juliuson.
Angela Juliuson.
Mark Rodilla.
Kristen Kiss.
Brandon Kaler.
Okay, was there another question I was supposed to ask? Senior trip.
We're headed to Ocean City, Maryland in about 10 days from now, and we're quite excited about that.
But not everybody's, there's like 6 or 7 or 8 different groups going, right?
We got 14 kids in our group, and there's a couple other groups that are going down. It should be quite a ball. I don't know that we're going to be coming home from that or not.
Are you guys all going down at the same time?
Yes, we're all going down at the same time.
Ocean City will...
We're driving to Florida with other.
Ocean City will never be the same. Okay, I'm going to give you the microphone. Say hello to whomever's back home, and then pass it on.
Well, I definitely want to say hello to the fire department, and thank you to Russ, Brian, Drew, and Murph for giving me the best night, probably the best night of my life. Thank you, and I want to say thank you to my family and all my boys. Thanks.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Amy, Steven, Kistler, and Nanan. Thank you to the fire department.
Tell them where you're going to school next year.
Well, actually, I'm not going to school next year. I begin my training as a top-secret British operative for Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Southern Methodist University.
I am going to Indiana Bloomington, and I want to say hi to Sue, Paul, Megan, Andy, Luke, Steve, May, Ariana.
Hi, Glenn.
Sasha, Blake, Colin, Chris. And thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Juliuson.
Say hi to my mom, my dad, my older sister Natalie, my twin sister Angie, the Hallowells, Mr. and Mrs. DeLear, all my Vaughns, Monica, Marcel, and my baby.
I'm going to Alfred University next year, and I'd like to say hi to our mom, our dad, Natalie.
Oh, yeah, give me that back. And I'm going to be going to the California Penal League to play baseball. I hope I can do well.
And I'd like to say hi to Mark's mom, Mr. Dilla, and Levi, and I'd like to say thank you so much to Mrs. Watts. I love her, and she's helped.
Actually, I'm actually going to Syracuse University for the Business and Management program.
My brother doesn't have many manners. And thank you, everyone.
Hi, I'd like to say hi to my mom and Mr. and Mrs. Juliuson. And I've just been informed by Dr. Kushner that next year I'm going to have to repeat 9th grade.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my brother, Ashley, and Steph.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my whole family, all my friends, D. Lang, Danny J, Pat, all those guys in the fire trucks. Great entrance. And next year, I was going to go to Virginia Tech, but I decided to pursue my lifelong dream and join the Peace Corps, and I'm off to Somalia in a few weeks.
Thanks. Okay, Danny, real quick.
I want to say hi to my physics class, 7-8, Courtney, Paco, and Ashley.
If you think he's bad, here, have him in English class. Good night, kids. Have a good time. This is real refreshing. This group says, make us quick. Just ask us something and get us out of here. So let's start with names.
Ben Jewell.
Amy Patel.
Ben Gabler.
Eileen Joel.
Kristen Warner.
James Graff.
Alexandra Mayer.
Anything great about your senior year? One person. Junior year, Ben?
Student council with you, Mr. D.
Expecting it to be a senior next year? Where are you going to school next year?
Northwestern University.
University of Chicago.
St. Clair?
University of Florida. Michigan State University.
Carnegie Mellon University.
Fashion School of Vienna.
Okay, say hello to Mom and Dad back home. Was that quick enough?
Say hi to Mom, Dad, Nathan, Erica, and Blossom.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Sam, Prachi, Rohan, anyone I forgot.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Bart, Jessa, Colby, and Sadie, and the Jewels.
I'd like to send my love to my mom, Dad, Michelle, Fluffy, Anna Papa, Sabi, Anna Ruth, and Sandy, Ben, all my friends. Bye.
Say hi to my mom, my dad, and Derek.
I'd like to say hello to Mom, Dad, Tina, Claire, and Beth. How you doing?
I'd like to say hi to Mama, Papa, Millie, Caston, and Emily.
Thanks a lot. Have a good time tonight. Okay, first let's start with your names.
Kathleen McFadden.
Now, Kat, you said something to me over here. You said, I said, would anything happen special tonight? And you said, they ruined my dress. What did they do?
Well, we were in the limo, and the limo made an unexpected stop, and my dress got ruined. It got Coke all over it, and so a yellow dress turned brown. I had to wear my senior banquet dress.
Oh, that's a shame.
Ryan Donahoe.
Adam Lavick.
Dana Sloan.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, I'm Becca Nance.
Balaji Sarpeshkar.
Okay, Balaji, you're one of our 10 valedictorians, right?
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are. Very good. We'll be hearing from you Sunday for graduation. Okay, who has some memorable experience? Danny, you said you wanted to rip on somebody tonight.
Yes, Mr. D, I must say that your class, your memorable speech class, was my favorite. Yeah, I take that back.
I don't care. You want to say something?
Yeah, I just have to say of these 4 years in high school, by far the most enjoyable thing I've done with my time is my band Pine, which I participated in with 7 of my other friends. We've been together since freshman year, and I've had a great time. We play clubs all over Pittsburgh. We just finished the CD over spring break. I also thought I should mention that we're playing at Graffiti on the 19th of this month, Saturday night at 7:30, and July 4th at the Clayton Park Amphitheater.
Okay, where are we going to school next year?
I'm going to NYU.
Kiski.
Indiana University in Bloomington.
IUP.
Carnegie Mellon.
I'm also going to NYU.
Okay, say hello to Mom and Dad back home.
Okay, hi, Mom, Dad, Jamie, Emily, and Meredith.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Kate, and Tom.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Grandma Ann, and Grandma Jacqueline.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Ray, Amy, Valerie, Tim, Marina, everyone in Westfield, Marcus the man, and my lost cat, Zoe.
Hi, Mom, Dad, my entire Intercontinental family, and Diane Gettle.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, and the boy. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Marla?
Are you having a good time so far?
Yep.
Yes. Where'd you go to dinner?
Grand Concourse.
Did you love it?
Yeah, it was nice.
Wonderful. Well, why don't we start down here and you can say what was the best thing that happened to you this year?
Graduating.
Your microphone. Take it away.
Oh. Best thing that happened to me this year was graduating.
Definitely graduation and prom.
Well, being a new guy, I guess the best thing that happened to me was making new friends.
Prom and senior banquet.
graduating senior year, coming to St. Clair Prom.
Senior banquet and prom.
My favorite thing this year was Dr. Saunders' pool party.
The best thing was the senior banquet and the senior cruise and Dr. Saunders' pool party, definitely. I'll be going to University of Pittsburgh, and
Next year I'm going to Vanderbilt University in Nashville.
West Virginia University.
Next year I'll attend my senior year, hopefully get to go onward to college.
CCAC, and then to Liberty University.
Well, being a junior, I guess I'll resume my high school, and then I'll be off to college, hopefully.
West Virginia University.
University of Pittsburgh.
Anybody you would like to say hi to?
Just want to say hi to everyone. USC, what's up?
Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Belbach, Mom, Dad, Basset Hound Tyler. I love you guys. Thanks for everything.
I'd like to say hi to my parents, my brothers, sister, everyone I know, my friends, relatives, various people.
Hi to my mom, my dad, Penny, Mark, Lisa, Mr. and Mrs. Hallidan, Sarah, Max, Meredith, and all my friends.
I won't bore you with all the names. I'll just say hello, family and friends.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Mr. and Mrs. McGrath. Thanks for everything.
Just want to say hi to my mom and dad and my brother and sister and all my friends.
I want to say hi to my parents and my brother and all my friends.
Okay, and our next group is?
Courtney Burke.
What'd you say?
Courtney Burke.
What'd you say?
Courtney Burke.
Nate Hines. Joe Beardsley.
Kristen Solomon.
What's been great about this year?
I'd have to say basically the whole senior year, and the Money in the Microwave with Chrissy Cox.
I don't know.
The practical law DC trip and your class.
Everything, pretty much.
Okay, where are you headed for school next year?
Right back at St. Clair.
Well, this summer I'm going on a skydiving mission in the Congo.
The white
Okay, this summer I'm going on a skydiving mission in the Congo. And then I'm going, don't touch my tiara. And then I'm going to Robert Morris in the fall.
I'm coming right back here.
Well, this summer I'm actually supervising the skydiving visit to Congo, and I'm going to Clarion University in the fall.
Okay. Where are you going to? Are you going to post prom after the prom, or?
No, we're going back to Courtney's house to have a nice quiet evening of watching movies.
Good. What kind of movies are you showing tonight?
Fantasia.
Cartoons, I hope.
Meet Joe Black.
Are the ones that brought you to English class all the time?
Yes.
You trying to get me to show?
Yes.
And also, and Half-Baked.
It happened.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say hello to whomever.
Okay, I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my dog, my grandparents from Texas, my grandparents from here, all my other family, Melissa and Jim and the rest of my friends, and to Nika Delar, where I'm supposed to say Nika, 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 and to Cox, and that's all.
I'd like to say hi to my whole family and all my friends. And that's about it. Thanks.
And also to Melissa, and to Mrs. Burke and Mr. Burke and her family, and Nate's family, and Mrs. Killen.
Okay, I want to say hi to my mom, my dad, my grandparents, Jessica, Lindsay, Amanda, Sharon, Igor, Eva, Lee, Tara, Mrs. Manetta, Joey, Margie, Roger, Diane, Jeff, Uncle Matty, Aunt Rhea, Chris, Evie, Leo, Ryan, Mr. and Mrs. Petrinas, hi Mrs. P, Matt Sullivan, Val, Steph, Changle, Courtney, Kelly, Amanda, Brittany, Mr. Malarkey, Miss Marm, Miss Adler, Mr. Stasic, Miss Hestwood, Tori, Emily, Meredith, Mike, Andy, Jeff, Tia, Melanie, Matt, Sarah, Latz, and Palms, and Adam Strotes.
Thank you, Courtney.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my sister Diane and Rachel, my brother Wilson back there, John Gorman, and Grandma Burke, and Mr. and Mrs. Burke.
Okay, thanks. One more.
I'm sorry, I have one more to Sharon Romano for...
Okay, let's do names first.
Carolyn Romano.
Oh, you skip two.
Way to go, Nick. Let's do it again. Carolyn and...
Dan Schaefer.
Ann Woodford.
Shawnee Hartwig.
Devin Wyatt.
John Maslin. Joe Webb.
Nika Delaire. Hagen Kane.
Nick Walchuk.
Okay, let's talk about your senior year. And when you talk, I want you to look at that number 1 on the camera, because if you look at the picture, you're all going to come off like this on television. Who's got something great to say? Danny.
About what?
Anything. Senior year baseball team.
Yeah, baseball season was
Very good. Thanks, Danny. Okay. Mason.
Great baseball season, South
Oh,
Carolina.
that's creative. Can we try something else?
Yeah, South Carolina trip, and I love Chani.
I want to thank Dr. Orr for taking me to court this year. It was great.
Okay. Lady?
Junior.
Shy type.
Hanging out with the guys of mods 13, 14.
Okay. Anybody else? Where you go? Go ahead.
I had a great time sitting in my basement for half of my senior year after I had my knee operated on. That was a lot of fun. So.
Where are you going to school next year, Dan?
University of Richmond.
Yeah.
Junior.
I'm going to Penn State in Erie.
Junior.
I'm going to Ohio State University. I'd also like to say I had a great senior wrestling season thanks to Dr. Delaire.
I'll be a senior.
WVU.
I'm a junior.
Ohio State University.
Mason, you want to tell us the story you told us in speech about the bad week you had? No, I don't think so. All right, we'll start with you, Nick. Say hello to whomever back home, but we got to do quickly.
Mom, Dad, Dan, Rachel, Peter. And I'd like to say hi to the Kane family and to my good friend John Guest, Jason Julius, Ryan Mearstein, Matt Scott.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Jonah Michael, Devin, Nick, Sharon, Pat, and the Qualtechs. Hi, Mom, Dad, Corey, Marcel, Monica, the Langs, Grammy and Grampy, Alyssa, and the Juliusons.
I want to say hi to my family, Nika's family, my dog, my car. I miss you. I love you. My cousin Pete, my boy, your car also. My buddy here, John Mason, friends forever. That's about it.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my sister Brooke, my Mimi, Grandpa Jack, Grandpa. I'd like to say hi and thank you to the Mason family, and I'd also like to give a special hi out to Allie.
Yeah, I'd like to thank the Marquette family for everything they've done this year. They've been great. Also, I'd like to thank my family, my mom, dad, brother, and dog lady. I'd also like to thank the Wyatt family. Thank you so much for letting me take your beautiful daughter to the prom. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to all my Vons out there. Ross DeMarca, I love you. Dr. Lair, thanks for all your help, and Joe Lang.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my brother Matt, the Hardwick family, Mary, John, Barrett, and Allie.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Casey, Steve, the Woodfords, my dog Camel, and Jason behind the camera.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Joey, Dina, Sharon, Blake, Barrett, Allie, and Mr. and Miss Schaefer.
I'd like to say hi to my family, mom, dad, Jeff, Steph, and Mike, to the Romanos, and to my best friend, the other half of Scheisler, who I'm going to be leaving in a few days and going to miss a lot.
Yeah. Jules, over here, buddy. Yeah, I also want to thank Charlie for letting me live in his basement for over half the year, and his dog, Camel.
Thank you. Let's go. See you guys.
Lucia D. Simone,
Adam Strodes.
Kristen Sirocco,
Nate Briggs.
Courtney Sprinkles,
Joel Kinger.
Julia Schmidt,
Ryan Wilson, and I'm also standing in for John Roberts, Kim Joniak, Lindsay Moore, and Lindsay's boyfriend Ryan, who from Duquesne, who couldn't join us for pictures because they didn't want to wait in line.
Where are they?
They're in there dancing and partying already, but we wanted to tough it out so we could hang out with you.
Oh, right. Okay. What's been great about your senior year, guys? Anybody? Adam, you're an officer.
Everything. Senior banquet, mud volleyball.
You're an officer to senior class, aren't you?
Yes.
What do you do?
I'm the treasurer.
His mom handles the money for the post-prom, which has been a real pain, and we thank her very much. Thank you, Mrs. Strodes.
Senior banquet's was probably best.
Okay.
I'm a junior.
I'm a sophomore.
Senior cruise, senior banquet.
Junior.
Junior.
All right, Tanker, I'm ending with you. Go ahead.
Definitely. This man's speech class. Definitely. I think I learned more in speech than any other class I had, dude. That and Dr. Saunders' pool party, way to be.
senior banquet,
Mr.
South Carolina
Brosnahan,
baseball
junior
trip.
English class.
Mr. Brosnahan, that was junior year. Jason Julius waving at me during my interview. I love it. I love all of you.
Is there something about your haircut that we were talking about earlier? Never mind.
Something about your
Never mind.
build, too.
Okay, where you say hello to whomever and tell them where you're going to school.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Gina, Marky, Ray, Pluto, Jasmine, Nana, and Pappy. And I'm going back to Upper St. Clair next.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Kyle, Nick, Dave Kilwan in the WG and the Kale Dynasty. And I'm going to the Massachusetts Maritime Academy.
Hi, Mom, Michelle, Mr. and Mrs. Briggs. Hi, Steph. And I don't know where I'm going next year yet.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Paul, Jay, and Allison, the Sirocco family, and I'll be a senior at Upstate.
Hi, Mom, Kepler, Carrie.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Carrie, baseball team. Undecided where I'm going next year.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Jocelyn, Emma, Daphne, Grandma, Posse.
All right, now I want to say hi to a bunch of people. First off, I'm going to Penn State. I want to say hi to all my Penn State ladies, Aaron, Kate, Beth, all the Penn State guys who are coming out with me. I want to say hi to the baseball team, football team, my 11-12 sausage crew, and my bus 65, Coors
Would you
and Ponca.
explain something to me if you can?
Yeah, dog.
What's the 11-12 sausage?
The 11-12 sausage crew. That's all my boys, 11-12, and a couple of girls
I know
who
you
come
guys
hang
hang
out
out in the activities office.
Every
Why
day,
do you
D.
call it the sausage crew? Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. I'm sorry. It just hit me. Never mind. Thanks. Have a good time tonight, guys.
whoa,
Oh,
D.
wait. There's more.
D, we gotta.
Oh, wait. I've got to show you this fest. Adam, come on out here. Look at this. Is one of the neatest ones I've seen. Look at that.
Where did you go to dinner? Monterey Bay. Is it good? Yeah. Would you tell us what was the favorite thing this year?
The swim team and Christmas practices.
I enjoyed swimming, and I enjoyed Dr. Saunders' pool party.
I enjoyed swimming as well. It's a great sport.
Prom.
The senior banquet and Dr. Saunders' pool party.
I graduated last year, so I was not going to high school.
Dr. Saunders' pool party and the band trips.
My senior English project, I really enjoyed working with Mrs. Sullivan, and just senior year, it was great. I'm attending the University of South Carolina next year.
Going to Virginia Tech.
Robert Morris.
John Carroll University.
I'll be a senior at Mount Lebanon High School.
I'm going to Westchester University.
I'm going to the University of Delaware.
I'll be a senior at Upper St. Clair High School.
Anybody you'd like to say hi to?
I'd like to say hi to my family, Emilio, Lauren, the PWF, and the Shoe Club.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Mike, Lance, and my grandparents.
I'll say hi to my family, Butterford, better watch it, Pocahontas / Mulan, and Wayner and Chubbs, and the guys' swim team.
I'd like to say hi to the Hoffman family.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Scott, my cousins, my grandparents, my aunts and uncles, and the Vincents.
I'd just like to say hi to Mom, Bob, and Mr. and Mrs. Martin.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Roz, Bandit, Wheels, all my friends, including the softball and volleyball team.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my sisters, Tracy and Heather, our pet fish, Bubbles, and also my friend Dave Caruso and my friend Nate Hines.
Did everybody notice these beautiful flowers all the girls have on, too? And we have a cane over here, too. Show this cane. Show this cane. Woo! Very nice. Have a good time tonight, okay? Did you go to dinner?
Went to the church brew works.
Was it good?
No.
Well, I thought it was good. Some meals were, some meals weren't. What was your favorite part of this last year?
I'd have to say Mrs. Sullivan's class and probably just getting out of school.
Okay.
Pick it. I'd say skipping school.
The fact that it's almost over gives me a lot of joy.
This whole year was just such a wonderful experience. I can't pick out just one memory.
The dance parties in the quad.
Miss Sullivan's class and Mr. D's speech class.
I didn't go here, but Mr. Bennett, if you ever need a tire chain, give me a call. I'll be on your hand.
I'm going to Clarion University.
I'm going to San Diego State.
I'm going to NYU.
I'm moving to Amsterdam and attending Amsterdam High.
I'm going to Clown College.
I'm going to Edinburgh University.
Anybody you'd like to say hi to?
I want to say a big schooly do to Mrs. Yeagers and Claire Yeagers and Mr. Yeagers, and hi to my mom, dad, Sarah, and everyone.
I'd like to say hi to my dog Mackenzie and Claire Yeagers. And my mom, I guess.
I want to say hi to mom, dad, Scott, and Ross. I want to say hi to Mrs. Yeagers for understanding that Annie's just too much of a woman for one guy to go, so she let all of us go together because she's just way too much for all of us. And Lou, the comic shop guy.
I would like to say hi to Claire.
I'd like to say hi to Claire.
I would like to say hi to Claire too, but also my mom, my dad, Jen, Mike, Maddie, Lily, Anna, Marissa, past nannies, and my friend.
I just want to say hi to the Hutchinsons. Love you all. Catch you later.
We love you, Zebo. We love you, Zebo.
Hey, welcome. Are you having a good time? Yeah. Good. Why don't you say what you enjoyed the most this past year?
All right, well, I'd have to start with Mr. D's speech class. It really was the best. And I'm very much anticipating senior trip this year, which will hopefully be the highlight of my senior year.
I had a lot of fun in DC. I also had fun in Toronto, and I had a very good time at senior banquet.
I'd have to say Mr. D's speech class and Toronto. I'd have to say Toronto and the senior banquet.
I'd say senior banquet and Mr. D's speech class. I'd have to say Mr. D's speech class, also the senior banquet and the Toronto band trip. I'd have to say DC trip, the Toronto trip, and the senior banquet.
I'd have to say senior banquet and the lacrosse season. I'd have to say walking in front of all those people out front right before we came into the prom.
Yeah, that was cool. I also like my first year at Penn State.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with Rich. Walking in front of all those people out there, that was pretty sweet. That's probably the highlight of my life, even.
I'd say my first year at Allegheny College.
I'm going to copy off them and say walking up there was pretty exciting, so yeah.
Oh, definitely tonight. Definitely tonight.
Who would you like to say hi to?
Okay, I'd like to say hello to my mom, my dad, my little sister Emily, Nicole, Todd, Penny, Mr. and Mrs. Hobbs, Aspen, Ron, and wait, there were two more. Oh yeah, no, Kylie and Nicole.
I would like to say hi to my mom and dad, Pam and David, all my friends, especially Kylie and Nicole, my grandparents, and the Bell family.
I'll kill you.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, Blake and Bryant, Mrs. Reese, Amy Lee, the Whitakers, and Kylie and Nicole.
I'd also like to say hi to the Lee family.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, and Claire, and Leslie, Tom, Eric, and Sam, and Dana and Miranda.
I'd like to say hi to Mom, Dan, Kiwi, Kylie, and Meredith Egley. I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my sister Megan, my brother Kevin, Grandma and Papa, Nana and Kurt, The Simpsons, Mr. Miller, and Room 27, and Mrs. Graham's class. Thanks. Oh, and Kylie and Nicole. I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Aaron, Holly, Greg, Kelly, Miranda, Dana, Kylie, and Nicole.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Timlins, Degnans, and lacrosse team. I want to say hi to my mom, my dad, Shannon, Val Messer, because she said if I didn't say hi to her, she'd have to come to my house and hurt me. Entire Flip Mode squad, Mandy, Kylie, Nicole, and anyone else that I had forgotten, and Miranda.
I'll say hi to my mom, my dad, my stepfather, my stepmother, the rest of my family, the Connollys, and Doozer.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Shira of Yale. What's up to the whole Flip Mode squad and everyone that has brought me love and joy in all my days.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my brother and sister, and the cows.
I want to say hi to my mom, my dad, my sister Lindsay, Mandy Law, and Tyler Baker, even though she's right there, and the track team, or Loie, Neil, Dan, and Sean. Oh, and hi to Miranda. She's acting like an idiot over there.
Hello to the boys and my family.
Anything else you want to say, Katie?
I don't know.
Nothing else? Okay, have a good time. Have fun. So where'd this group go to dinner?
St. Angel.
Did you like it? Yeah, it was really wonderful. And how many were in your total group that went?
14.
That's nice to have you here. What was the best thing for you this year?
Probably FBLA with Mr. Rugetic, and then the sleepover over at Matt's when we sang Tuesday's Gone. I think that's a song. I don't know if it was playing, but I'm rambling on right now.
I would just have to say winning Whippeals was the best thing, and our lacrosse season was a lot of fun.
I just want to say hi to my big family.
What was the best thing?
Oh, my best, oh, okay. FBLA was excellent, and Tuesday's Gone, definitely. Definitely a winner right there.
Senior banquet was really fun, and senior cruise.
Definitely a toss-up between Dr. Saunders' pool party and the D.C. trip.
I would say the D.C. trip, Tuesday's Gone, and all the great memories with my friends. That's about it. Next year, I'm attending the University of Sanford in Alabama.
I'm going to Boston College.
I'm going to St. Mary's at Notre Dame.
I'm going to Johns Hopkins University.
I'm going to St. Clair again.
I'm going to go out to Las Vegas, major in gaming, lose all my money in the first year, make a lot of money or lose all money. So I'm going to take a huge risk, okay?
Anybody you'd like to say hi to?
Mom, Dad, my sister, Andrea, Mrs. Trice, Jeff Tim, Gino Blake, Zach.
Yes.
Zach. Joe Manetta and Ryan Wilson, my future business partners and professional wrestling career.
I'd like to say hi to my mom and my dad, and my cat Sassafras, and my second family, the Jesselnicks, and to Marissa, Mary, Mandy, and my whole lacrosse team. Oh, and the Johnston.
I'd like to say hi to my family, my mom and dad, Zach, Jake, Liz, Josh, Greg, and Catherine, and I don't know who else. At least hi to everybody.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Anthony, Caroline, Courtney, Michael, my lab group, number 2, Dan, Frankie, and Courtney, to the Kales, to Jared. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Mom, Dad, friend Jen, Megan, Tommy, Ted, the Brown family, and Larry Leska. I love you.
I'd like to say hi to my mom and my dad, Ryan, Jamie, Carrie, Tracy, Travis, and Jason. And I would like to say hi to Mr. and Mrs. Myron, Jen, and Megan. And Tracy, I forgot. She's right there. Same with my mom, so thanks.
Thank you very much. All right, next group. Let's go. Hey.
Dana Feldmeyer,
Ken Ferruia.
Dana DeMarco,
Ryan Mearstein.
Emily Bezak,
Matt Scott. Jason Julius.
Lauren Frank.
Okay, what's been great about your senior year? Who wants to start? Emily.
Tonight's been a lot of fun.
Has it?
Yes.
Did any of you have something terrible happen to your limousine or come in a dump truck or no air conditioning?
It's pretty hot.
You were in a stretch limo with no air?
The girls like to cry about it for
Oh,
no
it was
reason.
hot. It was hot.
What's where are you headed for next year?
I'm going to University of Delaware.
University of Illinois.
University of Maryland.
Virginia Tech.
Allegheny College.
Sylvania High School. University of Maryland.
American University.
Anything anybody want to say? Come on, there's got to be somebody here.
Yeah, we'll talk about the memorable things about this year. Let's throw out the question. The Whippy volleyball season was real fun this year. Tuesday's gone. I'd like to say hi to my counterpart, as always, as he likes to say, Brad Barnberger. And the whole year's just been a real ton of fun.
Okay, why don't
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my sister Elise, the Julius family, and Mr. and Mrs. Mailer.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my grandpa. Seen somebody on here that you know. My grandma, Frank's, Bobby, Emily, everyone out there.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Ben, Mr. and Mrs. Bezak, and the Hedaises.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, dad, Jackie, Maura, Natalie, Grant, Mr. and Mrs. Scott, and the Kerrs.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Kate, Nate, Cougs, Val, Mick, Betty Gesk, and the DeMarcos.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Kara Ross, Justin, Matt, Bree, Mr. and Mrs. Mando, Mr. and Mrs. Mearstein, Anthony, Posse, Sarah.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Craig, Grandma, Grandpa, Nana, Pap, Mrs. Dilly and the second graders, the Feruyas, the Locker Buddies, Ken, the Buddies, Kylie and Nicole.
I just had the Locker Buddies.
Hey, Locker Buddies. Kylie and Nicole, and a thank you to Mrs. Whalen.
I'd like to say hi to my dad, mom, my sisters, Mr. and Mrs. Feldmeyer, and her brother, Craig.
Very good. Thanks. Have a good time tonight. Okay, we've had a lot of horror stories tonight about things that have happened. It's been the worst year for limousines and dinners and everything else. I heard your group didn't have a great time either, right? Sorry, Joyce, I didn't mean to get in your way. Let's go over to the mouthpiece of the group, and this is Eric Matthews.
All right, well, we started off the night with this limo that they told us was extravagant, which was made out of plywood. I'm not even in the, I'm in the picture. Well, we got to, well, on the way there, gasoline like fumes were coming out of the air conditioner. It looked like the limo was built in 1975. There was dust still in it because it just came out of the shop. And by the time we got up to dinner anyways, we came out of dinner. When we got to dinner, they had to go get us 2 little limos because the other one, if you hear the muffler dragging on the ground. Well, we get out of dinner and we're sitting there for about an hour. And by the time we got out of dinner, the 2 limos were there about an hour after dinner. All right, I'm going to speed this up because everybody's getting ticked off of me. But anyways, the other one broke down. We sat in Mount Lebanon, talked to some police tonight, and then we got here by another limo. I hate everybody.
Okay, let's, no, you did a great job, Eric. Okay, let's go with names.
Nicole Alderson.
Mikey Cowie.
Brenda Wall.
Cheech Cardamom.
Joyce Ramirez.
Okay, anything special about your senior year that can be done quickly? Joyce?
Not really.
Oh, come on, Joyce. Nothing?
Being with my friends, I guess.
Okay.
Since I'm not a senior, my school was fun until I did something. I don't want to talk about it.
That's all right.
The whole year was fun.
I'm in 10th grade.
I'm a junior.
Everything was fun, especially being with her.
Where are we going to school this year?
WVU.
School. You'll be back. School?
Kentucky University.
In school.
IUP.
You're going next. You said you weren't a senior.
I know, but I'm going to get my GED.
Oh, good. Okay.
IUP.
All right. Look at the red number 1. Say hello to whomever back home. Quickly.
All right, I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my brothers, my little baby cousins. I'd like to say hi to Kai and Sue Alderson and Bo. And my grandparents and Mr. D and everybody else who knows me, I just want to say hi to because I'll be here forever.
Hi, Mom, Charlie, Bo, Mr. and Mrs. Matthews, the whole Matthews family, and Kai. Love ya.
I want to say hi to my Rays, to my parents, my cousin that just passed away. God bless your soul. And hi, John.
That's very sweet.
Yeah, and that's all.
My mom, dad, Colleen, Deborah, and just all my friends are here tonight.
To my brothers,
Mad Dog.
Mad Dog, and
Bridget wants you.
my mother, my father, my stepdad, and that's about it. And the camera, and I'm looking at you right now. Bye. Ciao.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, dad, Jed, Max, and Kai.
Okay, thanks. Have a good time tonight. Okay. We have a large group, and we're going to do this quickly because we don't have the time. Your name?
Tracy Brown.
Jared Martensic.
Marissa
Craig Smith. Ian Gilmore.
Bridget Kavanaugh.
Sean Noble.
Mike Duda.
Katie Petropalo.
Dan Shepard.
Liz Post.
Dan Kramer.
Whitney Siddell.
Brian Birch.
Can you fan with me? Anything special about your senior year?
Yes.
Go.
Joe Johnson's house.
Okay. Should we ask why?
No.
No. Okay. Marissa?
I fell madly in love with my English teacher.
I won't ask his name.
And I'm moving to Arlington, Texas.
Anything else spectacular?
Tonight is fun in Mr. D's speech class, definitely.
Terry, I love you.
Who's Terry? Oh, your limo driver. You guys had a great limo ride tonight?
Oh, yeah.
No AC, but it was
Say two for Terry. Say two for Terry.
Two for Terry.
Yeah.
Two for Terry.
I just want to say thank you, Mrs. Barlett and Mr. D, for helping me out with all my conversations with my boyfriend, I guess.
When you had troubles this year, you mean? Okay. Where are you going to school?
I'll be a senior next year.
West Virginia.
Oh, yeah. Our little tree hugger. I forgot that. Go ahead.
I'm traveling to the Amazon and hugging the deep forest of the trees and becoming one with my soul.
The Art Institute of Pittsburgh. No clue yet.
Okay.
Bowling Green.
Ohio University.
CCAC.
Florida State.
Yale.
Dayton.
Harvard.
University of Vermont.
CAC.
Okay, now look at the number one and say hello to whoever back home. Don't look at the screen.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Jason, Kevin, Ryan, Jamie, Carrie, Travis, Callie, my grandmas, the Martinsic family, Mary, and Marissa. Justin.
I want to say hi to Mom, Dad, Jason, Jeremy, and Jenna, and I hope Terry made it home all right.
I'd like to say hi to Mom, Dad, Bob, Jen, and the Course family.
I'd like to say hi to my family. I love you, Austin, Ariel, and my mom and dad, and I'd like to say hi to the Smith family.
I'd like to say hi to all my family. Thanks.
I'd say hi to my mom, dad, Megan, Nora, my cousin Kevin, Cindy, Sean, and Tom.
Hello to my mom, my dad, the kids, Pookie, Eddie, Kristen, and Terry.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, Dad, Spooky, Dan, Eddie, Harry, Ed Mode, and Buffy.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, dad, Joe, Jason, Mr. and Mrs. Shepard, Eddie, Piss, Terry, and a thanks to S Squared, My V, and Pookie.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, both my sisters, Petropalo family, Pookie. I'd like to give a big shout out to Terry, he's the man, and that's it.
Hi, Mom, Dad, all the Kramers, and Pookie.
Sorry.
Mom, Dad, Mr. and Mrs. Post, Francine, and everyone at Falcone softball.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Rob, Evan, Aya, Nana, Dylan, Pookie, Terry, and Spooky. And S Squared and my V. Thank you so much for a great year.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Piss. Thank you, Amber. Terry, I'll see you tonight.
Thanks, Amber.
Sandy, Fitz, and Fats.
Okay, real quick. I'll hold it.
I just want to say, Layla, I miss you and I wish you were here, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, Guy, thank you. I'm going to have to do quickly, so can you pan? All right, name.
Amy Myers.
Joe Mazzoni.
That's sweet.
Andy Alt.
Beth Nom.
Joe Stuckert.
Mariah Lewis.
Richard Seymour.
Miranda Pearson.
Donald McMillan.
Heather Frick.
Dave Bell.
Kirsten Richardson.
Brian Bird.
Where are we going to school next year?
Miami of Ohio.
Albert St. Clair High School.
Penn State.
I'll be a senior.
Penn State Altoona.
University of Pittsburgh Honors College.
Duquesne University.
Southampton Institute of Technology.
Ohio University.
He can keep the straightest face, you know that? All through speech, he kept the straightest face.
I'll be a senior.
Texas Christian University.
University of Montana.
Indiana University in Bloomington.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll be a senior.
To be a senior. Okay, what was great about your senior year? You want to start? Okay.
Yes. In Between Mods was definitely a highlight. I'll never forget it.
Okay. Anybody else?
Oh, I went. The last day of school was the best.
You guys were at that last day of school was the best last day we've had in years.
We're well behaved, I think.
My highlights. The highlights of my year were Dr. Saunders' pool party, In Between Mods, and Fake Sadies.
Okay. Anybody else over here?
Prom.
From? All right. Hello to whomever you want to back home.
I want to say hi to my mom, my dad, Jen, Nick, and Krista, the Ocariuses, the Mazarinis. I want to say hi to Rambo and to Jesse, and thanks everybody.
Let's see. I'd like to say hi to Amy.
Fab Five.
My family, of course, my mom, dad, my grandparents, the whole sophomore class, especially Jack and Marty, and of course the ever voluptuous Rambo.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my brother Daniel, my grandparents, the Alts, Jesse and Julie, Ashley, Allie, and Emily, and all my other cross-country friends.
I'd like to say thanks to my parents, Beth Sweet's parents, and my sister.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Hans, Jackie, Kylie, Nicole, and Jesse.
Hi to my mom, dad, Phil, Vanessa, and the Nams.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, Frank, Dylan. Colleen, you're in New York right now. I hope you're having fun. Wish you were at prom. And my grandma, I love you. You're the best. And my dog, Noah.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Chuck, Butterford, the boys down at the Juarez Cartel. All the girls at the lunch table. Sorry you didn't have dates. Maybe next year. Also, the Lewises. And thanks, Sacagawea, for leading Lewis and Clark to the Pacific. That was wonderful.
Hi, Seymours.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my grandma, Megan and Mike, Jamie, Jordan, Marissa, Jonathan, my other sister, Caitlin, all my friends, especially Kylie Whalen, Nicole DeWalt, Jesse DeBartolo, Mary Brayback, and all the volleyball girls.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Julie, Sean, Aunt Gloria, Uncle Malcolm, Grandma, Grandpa, Pearsons, Butterscotch, Team Sunday, volleyball team, and especially Josh Lostetter.
Forgot to say hi to McMillan, sorry.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Tara, all of my grandparents, and Nicole, Kylie, and Jesse.
I'd like to say hi to the Fricks, Dave, Nick, and Lucas.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Aunt Peggy, and hi to the birds.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my brother Patrick, my sister Emily, all my friends, family, and neighbors. Thank you.
Hi, Jess, Chris, and Ashley. I forgot you, but not really in my mind.
Seniors? We got any seniors?
Yeah.
Here?
I'm a senior.
Okay, what was the best thing about this year?
Well, I'm a new student this year, and I think the people were real nice and helped me have like a real good year for my first and last year. So
And where are you from, Rich?
I'm from Baldwin.
Glad to have you here. How about anybody else? Senior good things?
The whole year was really good, so I don't really have. Eric's house was fun, friends, stuff like that.
What are you going to do next year?
I'm undecided, so.
Anybody you'd like to say hi to?
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Joe, Dan, Lauren, Kelly, and no, and everyone else that I forgot. I'm sorry, and I love you guys.
I'd like to say hi to Mrs. Mr. and Mrs. Sanker and my family. That's it.
I'd like to say hi to Mr. and Mrs. Ruggiero and my family, too. That's it.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad,
and Lauren's mom.
I just want to say hi to my family and my friends and Jay's parents.
I just want to say hi to my mom and all my family. And this year was really a great year for me. I mean, it was my first year here too. It was a lot different, and it made it a big deal.
Where were you from?
I was from Seton, LaSalle.
Glad you were here. You got plans for next year?
Yeah, I'm going to the University of Akron, Ohio.
What about you?
I'm undecided.
Nice summer. Enjoy the rest of the prom. How many was in this group total? 28. Where'd you go to dinner?
Grand Concourse.
Did you enjoy it?
It was good.
Good. How about seniors? Did you have anything special this year?
The whole year, I guess.
Take the microphone.
I guess the whole year was all right.
Angie and Dan's graduation party rocked. I survived.
Every party at Fro's house.
Tonight's been a lot of fun.
I like the whole year. Joe's house.
Tonight was fun.
What are your plans for next year?
I'll be a senior at Upper St. Clair.
John Carroll. WVU.
Ohio University. Upper St. Clair.
Potomac State of WVU.
Massage school.
Either CalU or CCAC. I'd like to say hi to my mom, dad, Dustin, and Kevin Buckley.
I'd like to say hi to my family, my brother Megan, everybody, my cat Cosmo, JD.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, Mr. and Miss LeBeau, my sister Amy, and Kevin Buckley.
I want to say hi to my mom, dad, Ann, Aaron, Peter, Bridget, Stanley, Sharon, Whitney, Katie. Hi. Hi, Mom, Dad, Mike, Troy, S Squared, Terry, Amber.
Mom, Dad, EJ, Michelle, and my dog.
Mom, Dad, Mr. and Mrs. Jesselnick, Fisher, Dunn, Worm, Hosey, everybody else down at the clubhouse.
Hi to my whole family, Mrs. Day, the Trice family, and Kelly and Courtney.
Scruffy.
Terry.
Hey, Terry.
Hi, Terry.
Thanks, Terry.
Yeah, I'd like to say thanks to Terry also.
Yeah, I also want to say hi to Terry. He's a good limo driver.
Oh, yeah. Oh, very good. Have a good time tonight. Okay, bye. So where did this group go to dinner?
Grand Concourse.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Good. Or seniors?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What was the best thing about this last year?
I really enjoyed going to, or having Mr. Callahan as a teacher and Dr. Saunders, but the few times I was at Mr. Callahan's class.
Well, Sunday I think will be a really good day. I think that will have to be the best day of the whole senior year.
I enjoyed the musical a lot. I think it was interesting, and especially because we were the first ones to put on a musical in Upper St. Clair's brand new auditorium.
I'm going to have to say that Sunday at 5 o'clock is going to be the best of my senior year.
Well, this year was fun. I want to get out of here as soon as possible.
I love the DC trip. Mr. Pryor's awesome. Dr. Saunders' pool party was awesome, and so was senior cruise. I'm going to the University of Pittsburgh.
Harvard?
University of Findlay.
IUP.
I'm going to WVU.
In about a year, I'll be going to Benedictine University. I would like to say hi to my mom, my grandpa, my two sisters, Bonnie and Sherry, my brother Kent, and my dog Fluffy. Hi, Fluffy.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my sister Kara, Andrea, my dogs, Buddy and Pee-wee.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, and my sister, and my brother, and my cousin Gregory, Stephanie, and Nikki.
I know my mom didn't want me to, but I'm sorry. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. I'd like to say a special hi to Samantha Bennett and to Meredith Eglei. And also, I'd like to say hello to Andrea Pyatt and Nina Catalucci. I love you all. And, yeah. Hi to my dogs.
I'd like to say hi to my dad, my sister, my mom, and my bhabhi and mama.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Bhaiya, Bhabhi, Didi, Jijaji. Also, all my field hockey girls are awesome. I love you. You rock my world.
Anybody else?
yeah. Limo driver.
We have to say hello to Conte.
Conte.
Conte is the coolest limo driver in the world.
awesome-
He's
Wait.
unbelievable. He's just, if you need a limo, just call Conte. He's
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Next year, get him. Thank you. Have a good time tonight. Where did this group go to dinner?
We went
We're in
to
the
the
city.
Carlton.
Wonderful. Very nice. This is a most unusual color tux. I don't think I've seen any of these. And where did you find this one?
I think I got it at Kaufman's.
Very nice. Brightened up tonight, didn't it? What was the best thing about this year? You can hold the microphone.
Thanks. Not sure if I can find a word to describe senior year, but I don't know. It was something. Definitely something.
I guess being able to get out of school early and go do some work and community learning, that was fun.
I think I just like being a senior, you know, and like looking back on all the sophomores and thinking, I'm glad I'm not one of them anymore.
Yeah, I full-heartedly agree with that. But I think for me, I think definitely the best moment in my senior year was the senior cruise. I just thought it was an amazing experience, and my friends and I just had this great bond together. You know, we just formed this absolutely great relationship during that cruise, and I thought that was very, very, very special. Thank you. Yes, I'm going to Penn State.
I'm going to Brown.
I'll be going to Oberlin.
I'm going to the University of Hades.
Have anyone you want to say hi to?
I just want to say hi to my Lord and Savior, the Dark Prince, Satan, because without him, none of us would be here today.
I want to say hi to my mom and dad and my sister and my cat and my grandparents and all my family.
I'll say hi to Jessica and Anna and my mom and dad and Amy and Jessica and Anna.
I'd like to say hi to my moms and popses and my brothers, all my brothers in the hood. Yeah.
Have a good time tonight.
We're getting close to the end of the evening, and this is probably one of our last groups. So your name is?
Sean Mitchell.
And?
Carrie Vetis.
And?
Amy Ward.
And?
Charles Altapedi.
Okay. Anything memorable about your senior year?
Definitely Miss Sullivan's English class. It's the best class I've ever had.
She'll be glad to hear that.
Well, I'm not a senior, but I'm just happy that the year's almost over.
Good.
I go to North Allegheny, but I had a lot of fun at
Boo!
both, at both proms.
Both proms? Did Chuck take you to yours too?
Yeah.
That's nice. He's a pretty good kid.
Yeah, he is. I love Mr. D's class. Every day. Look forward to it.
He's one of the only ones that stayed awake. Is there anything that you'd like to tell anybody back home, or something special about the year, or?
Yeah, I'd like to say hi to my family, my mom, my dad, my brothers, my cat, my band, and boy.
Where are you going to school next year?
I'm going to IUP.
Okay, that's where I got my master's. Good school. And you'll be back where?
I'll be back at Upper St. Clair next year.
And you're a junior this year? Very good. And?
I'd like to say hi to the Altapedis, and I'm going to IUP next year.
Good. I didn't give you a chance to say hello to whoever back home.
I want to say hi to my parents and Boy and Sean's family.
Okay. Look at the red number 1.
I'll just take that.
Okay.
I'd like to say hi to my entire family, my mom, my dad, my brother Mike, Cleo. I'd like to say hi to Matt, wish you were here, Tara, Stacy, Josh, Mr. and Mrs. B, Gavin, Mr. and Mrs. Ward, Boy, and I think that's about it.
Can I ask who Boy is? Oh, okay. All right. Have a good time tonight, kids. See you later.
Okay. Hi. Is it on? Okay. All right. Hi. My name is Matt Lepley. I'm a senior, and the best thing that happened to me this year was getting into college. Actually, I'm going to be attending University of South Carolina, and I'm very excited about that. And that's really all I want to say. I want to say hi to my grandparents and my family, and that's it. Okay.
Hi, my name is Jillian McDougall, and I'm going to be a senior next year at Upper St. Clair High School. I'd say the best thing about this year was probably finishing it, because I'm glad it's over. Just my family and friends.
Our next four people are
Jen Shine.
John Allen Bryan.
And John Allen. You were what this year? Served as what?
I was the student council president, as
Very
a matter
good.
of fact.
And?
Megan Ferteri.
Oh, come on. We have a shy young man.
Tita.
Okay. What was special about your year this year?
Probably the prom. It was a very special time.
Just ending school, I guess. Being in homeroom with Madame Yunker.
Okay.
I don't know. Every day is a special day for me.
Very good. That's neat. Okay, I'm going to give you your mic. And John, tell where you're going to school and say hello to whomever back home. Okay?
Sure. I'm John Allen Bryan, and I'll be going to school at Virginia Tech next year. With I'd like to say hello to my mother, my sister, and anyone else I would be needing to say hello to.
Next year, I'm attending Upper St. Clair High School, and I'd like to say hello to my mom, my dad, my brother David, my brother Matt, my brother David Ferteri, and my mom Liz, and my mom Lanny, or my dad Lanny. And I'd like to say hello to my good friend Josh McCouga, my good friend Dan Slowey, and Mrs. Keller.
I'll be graduating at the end of this year. I'm not sure where I'm going to school. I'm going to Japan for a year to study. I'd like to say hello to my mother, my father, my brother, my two other brothers, Matt and David, my best friend, Josh McCouga, my good friend, Dan Slowey, and Madame Yunker.
I'm going to Penn State, the main campus next year, and I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my old cat Bozo. He's not with us anymore, and what? And I'd like to say hi to that dog who bit me in the booty today, because I was just going for a run and just jumped up and, you know.
All right, I usually just end the tape by saying thank you for attending Upper St. Clair High School Prom, but this year's a little special for me because it's my last at Upper St. Clair after 30 years, and it's Mrs. Chris's last, who's been co-sponsor with me for the last 15 out of the 27 years I've done seniors, out of the 30 years I've been here. We wanted to say goodbye to all of you and thank you for your support over the years that we've had from you, right?
Right. It's been a great time, and because all of these kids are really super, especially the ones behind us.
And that leads me right into what I was going to say. I absolutely couldn't have chosen a better group to work with and end my career as a teacher. I couldn't have handpicked them any better than the young people behind us, and I'm going to introduce them to you now and say something about each of them. Let's start with Matt. This is Matt Moritz, and he's an executive officer this year, and Matt is always there when you need him, except in the morning. But we mark him.
Sleep sometime.
We mark him here anyway. But Matt's the type that if you ask him to do something, he always gets it done. You want to say anything?
Thanks a lot, D.
Okay,
You're
thank
the
you.
man.
Todd's been executive officer this year, student council, done a great job. The only thing I don't ask Todd to do is go up to my car for any reason. Because when I get up there, it's just not in the same condition I left it at 6 o'clock in the morning. So, but Todd, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot,
I appreciate
Great
it.
year.
Come on. JP is the third executive officer. Now, if you think Moritz was late to homeroom, JP was the phantom homeroom person. I mean, if the administration knew that these kids never showed up in the morning, I would be in a lot of trouble. But since it's the end of the year, I really don't care if they know. You know, the thing is, they would call and tell me, Mr. D, I'm going to be late, I'm sleeping in or whatever, except for this one. He never called. And they were always there when they were supposed to be. And that's the type of kid I've been dealing with this year. So, JP, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay? Betsy, I don't know how you've taken how they've made. They have absolutely annihilated you this year. She has. Betsy used to. When I first met Betsy, she'd come into homeroom and she'd just sit there very quietly. She'd never open her mouth. And these guys behind us would never shut up. I mean, they just were on her unmercifully. And at the end of the year, I think you really started to like it a little bit.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Especially about you went to Star Lake not too long ago. I said we took pictures of you. You were really worried about that for a while, weren't you? Betsy's been a great gal, and she's treasurer of the senior class, and I think secretary. Excuse me. Thank you. Oh, valedictorian too.
Just, I'd like to thank Mr. D and Mrs. Chris and Mrs. Bartlett. Mrs. Bartlett really does a lot, and times that goes unsaid, but she's really done a lot for us. And thanks a lot, all you guys. Homeroom's been great.
I'm going to introduce. I haven't forgotten Mrs. Bartlett. Danny. Danny's senior class president. If you want to get something done, you ask Danny. Not only is it done, it's done with class. The proof of the pudding is our homecoming. It was probably the best decorated homecoming we've ever had. And I thank you. And Danny's president of senior class.
Thanks to you and Mrs. Bartlett and Mr. Chris and everything.
Thank you.
And all you guys. Thank you.
Christine.
Hey, clap it up.
Christine is the sensible one. If there was an argument, you have to understand this is my homeroom. Every morning of the day, I see them first thing. And if there was good or bad, and if there was an argument, Christine would be the peacemaker, or she'd try to be the peacemaker. Until we got into the politics, then Christine really got fired up. I've never seen her so angry. But she's been an absolutely wonderful girl to work with. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Betty.
Go
I
ahead.
just want to thank Mr. D, Mrs. Bartlett, and Mrs. Chris again. Mr. D has done so much for us and trusted us with everything and just put everything in our hands and kind of guided us the right way. Next year, there's going to be some big shoes to fill with you gone.
Thank you. Okay, Ross.
All right.
This is Ross DeMarco. He is vice president of student council, but this year he has really had a load to handle because he's sort of taken over the second part of the. In fact, where is our president? Not here?
We couldn't find him. We looked everywhere for him.
Okay. John Allen Bryan's our president. I asked. Well, he's not here.
Sorry.
Anyway, Ross has picked up the gauntlet. I can't tell you how many times this year when we had trouble with student council and the community day and all the bad things that were said about us. Half of them weren't true. I wish people actually knew the story. Ross handled himself with great maturity as the leader of the group, and I really appreciate Ross DeMarco. Thank you.
First of all, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys here. You guys were great this year. I had a blast doing it. Going into that, I didn't think I was going to have as much fun as I did. It was just incredible. Second, I want to say hats off to Mrs. Chris, the most beautiful lady I know. She's the best. Mrs. Bartlett, I'll never forget you, Mrs. Bartlett. You have so much class, and Mrs. Bartlett, she's going to come up. This lady every day took so much garbage from everybody, and she did it with a smile. It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. I love her very much. She's a great person. She has a great heart. So everyone, one more thing. I want to thank my mom and my dad for doing so much for me this year. I really appreciate it. And if you could get a shot of my shoes real quick. I love my shoes. I just want to thank you. I love everyone. Peace out.
Okay. Last but not least is my smiley man. This is Adam Strotz. He's treasurer of the senior class. Nobody gave me... Oh! I forgot. Adam was voted by every teacher in the school and won, by the way, Student of the Year in the senior class, which is very prestigious. Adam was the one that came in every morning. He was the only one I counted on being there, in fact. He would come in at 10 after 7 every morning, never late. The kid always smiled. I don't care if he was having a bad morning or not. This gentleman never took a smile off his face. And he just brightened all of our days. And when there'd be something going on, he and Christine would try to get in the middle and play peacemaker. But Adam, I've appreciated you a lot, and I thank you. And Mrs. Strotz, I know treasurer of the senior class mom had just a ton of work to do with those checks, along with Danny's mom, along with Christine's mom, along with Betsy's mom, Shib's mom. These people's parents have put a lot of time into this post-prom tonight, and we know the kids are going to have a good time, and you just heard them say thank you, and I thank you. Thank you, Adam. All right, last but not least, because I'm not done. I'm taking this time whether people want to watch it or not, and Glenn, don't you cut this, I'm telling you right now.
Glenn, you better keep this.
Mrs. Bartlett, come on over here. Sheila took over this year for the first time in the activities office as secretary, and she took over Mrs. Gretchen Hilborn's job, which was I just didn't think anybody could do the job that Gretchen did. She worked well with the kids, and it's hard. I mean, because sometimes you like a kid, and sometimes they just irritate the crap out of you. You don't want to like them, but you have to anyway. Sheila just filled her shoes and far exceeded what we expected of her, and you heard that from each of these kids behind me. She's done a great job. You're going to see her a lot next year. I hope a lot more than even I think. We don't know for a fact, but we know she'll be back in the activities office for sure, and we'd all like to say thank you. And thank you. That's all.
Peace,